Good evening, happy October, and welcome to Southwestern University Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand, coming to you live this evening from Ornella Stadium on the campus of East Texas Baptist University, and joined tonight by TJ Vela, our producer Josh Blanche, Chuck Tracy down at the sidelines, Jacob Gonzalez on camera, and Rosie Vega, our QA. And TJ, the Pirates are coming off a thrilling come-from-behind 2-times win over McMurray last week, and are looking tonight for their first win in 10 tries against East Texas Baptist, a team they played every year since 2013. The Pirates have come close a couple of times. What's it going to take to get them over the hump tonight?
What's going to take, Merle, is basically putting two halves together. You know, you said earlier about the thrillingness of the McMurray game. That's great and all. I don't want any more thrilling games. I want the Pirates every single quarter to go out on defense, execute their job, go out on offense, execute, get the ball in the end zone. And I think if they can do that, the Pirates will win this game and will go, for the first time in 10 years, have a win over East Texas Baptist.
We're starting to call it the going away present tour, right?
Yeah, hey, if we can do that every single time, I'd be a very happy man.
Well, let's hear from the third member down on the sidelines, our intrepid sideline reporter, Mr. Chuck Tracy, and get him dialed in over here. He's a long ways away, and we're fighting some pretty nasty sun. But, Chuck, I see you down there. What's the mood like down the sidelines as the Pirates get ready to go here?
Well, they seem to be pretty calm, level-headed, going through their normal pregame routine. All the coaches seem focused. They have a lot of confidence as many of them have come over and shake my hand. And, as I asked them, they indicate that they feel pretty good about their chances today to get that first victory here in the piney woods of East Texas.
Well,
looking forward to a good game.
Well, if you're watching at home and it looks like Chuck is standing in the middle of like an AC/DC concert with a bunch of dry ice, that is the sun, which is there's a line of trees. There are no. I'll widen out here a little bit so you can see it. Maybe we'll get a better angle on the other side or on one of the other cameras. But there's a line of trees. There are no bleachers over on the far side, one of the quirks of the stadium, and the sun is right up there. So it's kind of blasting into the press box windows. It'll be a little rough to see here for the next hour or so, but we'll make it work. But, Chuck, what is that like down the sideline? You're on the far sideline. You're going to be about the only Pirate fan over there.
It's a little toasty at the moment, but you can tell that the temperature will drop as soon as that sun drops behind the tree line here. May end up being a little cool. And just want to mention that Jake and I listened to a little bit of AC/DC on the way up here. So we got the smoke in the car on the way here, so to speak, instead of here on the field. But, I feel pretty good about the odds here today. It is going to be an excellent game. This stadium is very unique. There's no visitor side.
Right.
They split home and visitor pretty much down the middle in the home side. And, they have a little bleacher for the band, but lots of people on the berm, and it'll continue to fill. This will be a packed stadium before we kick off here momentarily.
All right, Chuck, thanks. We'll check in with you again in a few minutes with Coach. And, TJ, we were talking on the drive up here. This is the first home game that ETBU has played all year. They've had a bye already. They had three road games so far. So this is their first time to break in Ornella Stadium here in 2022.
Yeah, and along with that, it's Parents Weekend. So They're expecting a packed house here tonight. So ETBU is going to come with energy. Josh and I were the producer. We were watching before the game, and there were some guys out there headbanging. They head-butted the goalpost. So there's a lot of energy on the ETBU sideline. So it's going to be important for Southwestern to match that energy, so they can make sure that, for one, they can maintain momentum throughout this entire contest.
Well, the Pirates came in last night, so they've had a chance to get a good night's sleep, unlike us. We made the trip up here this morning in two separate vehicles. And kudos to Jacob Gonzalez, our cameraman, for buying us some donuts this morning. So that got us halfway here with a little sugar high. Coach Joe Austin's Pirates entered tonight's game at 2-2 overall, 1-1 in the American Southwest Conference after defeating McMurray in a tight 38-33 thriller last week. As I mentioned, they came from double-digit deficits twice in that contest. ETBU, under fifth-year head coach Brian Maper, comes in at 1-2 overall, also 1-1 in the conference after falling to Hardin-Simmons 33-21 out in Brownwood last week. And TJ, the Tigers' win so far was a dominating 28-7 win against the same McMurray Warhawks. The Pirates just squeaked by last week. So what, if anything, can we draw conclusion-wise from that contest? Not much, right?
No, you can't draw anything from that, Merle. The coach from ETBU said this in that preview that we were talking about earlier. Every single week is different, especially when it comes to the ASC conference.
Right.
So any given team on any given day is going to make it a competitive contest. So yeah, you can say, oh, McMurray lost to ETBU 28-7, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. That's just a win for them. Like, that's all that matters in terms of the record. Southwestern's going to come out. They're prepared. They're ready to go, and it's going to be a good game today.
Well, that sets the table here. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear what Coach Joe Austin has to say about last week's nail-biter versus McMurray, as well as tonight's matchup against the ETBU Tigers. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Broadcast Network.
Vlog number one. Well, first off, thank you for being here. Jordan Battles sweeps over the defender.
Crosby's second state championship appearance.
Baytown, Texas for the 51st time. How does that sound?
Vlog number one. Well, first off, thank you for being here. Jordan Battles sweeps over the defender.
Crosby's second state championship appearance.
Baytown, Texas for the 51st time. How does that sound?
Yeah, that is all across A. I was a huge Peyton Manning fan growing up. Yeah, that's what my buddy is.
This must be the version without music, so go ahead and go to the interview.
All right, your interview coming up. It's
Game.
Well, the Pirates in that second half putting together a really good half football, especially a third quarter. So much fun watching Landry Gilpin toss the ball around, running the football, the defense coming in and hitting hard. Just any final thoughts here? Hoping to get that kind of consistency against ETBU on Saturday night here. Just a couple.
Yeah, go ahead, make that the theme of the pregame, right? Is consistency. If we can put everything together in a way that we haven't quite yet done against these guys, then tonight will be our night. If not, they're a good football team, and they'll take it from us again. So that is the theme. Consistent effort from the Pirates, and we're in good shape.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck here, and I guess we'll get our answers here in about 3 hours or so. And we're pleased to be joined once again in the pregame show by the head coach of the Southwestern Pirates, Coach Joe Austin. And, Coach, first of all, thanks for taking the time. Fun game last Saturday night against McMurray, 38-33. A double come-from-behind win, if you will. Fell behind by double-digit points twice, but pulled it out of the fire. Your thoughts on last Saturday night's game against the Warhawks?
Good job by our players. It's tough to come back from double digits down twice, and they were diligent. They found a way. I think there were a couple times where maybe a few of our guys thought about saying this isn't going to be our night, but we didn't we didn't buy into that. Enough guys didn't let them, and so it was a really good job. We made some really good adjustments at halftime. I think our coaching staff needs some credit there too, but it's the players that made it all work, and they were really diligent. We had a lot of what I call self-inflicted wounds that didn't help our effort. But we at the end of the day, we had enough to get the victory.
You know, you've been talking, preaching consistency, trying to get the guys to be more consistent. I think we saw, especially in that third quarter, what this team can be like when they play consistently at the level that they're capable of playing.
Yeah, it took us, I think, about 6 minutes to take the lead. We were down by 12 at halftime, and boom, 6 minutes into the third quarter, and we got the lead, and we didn't give it back. It's certainly a great start to the second half. Jumped out 24 points in a row. Defense getting stops, offense scoring touchdowns. The couple times we punted, Ben Lancaster punted great, was the conference player of the week as a punter. So that was really good. Our goods are really good, and our bads are really bad. So you're right. We've talked about on just about every show the topic of consistency has come up, and hopefully tonight we'll get a more consistent game.
Well, speaking of tonight, coming up in just a few minutes, the Pirates kick it off on the road against the East Texas Baptist University Tigers, one of the oldest rivals since Southwestern brought football back in 2013. This will be the 10th consecutive meeting against ETBU. 0-9 against them, but a number of competitive games in the past, including last year's 10-point loss. So what's it going to take first of all, talk about the Tigers as a football team, and what's it going to take for you guys to get over that hump? Yeah,
it's some really good games. Close game last year. We had a kickoff return for a touchdown called back with a penalty, and again, some things that didn't quite go our way. We've been right there with this team the last few years, and we haven't quite knocked them off yet. Hopefully this will be the night. When we first started playing, they were in a different league than us. We had to catch up with them. They're always really athletic, but 10 years ago. 6 to 10 years ago, they were putting guys in NFL training camps and sending guys on to play professional baseball. Really elite. Now they're just really good Division III football team from an athletic perspective. We've had really good offensive games against them and really good defensive games against them, but we haven't had that great offense and defensive night put together. Obviously got to throw some really solid special teams into that mix. So that's the formula. Tonight we've got to put it all together.
Well, they come in with an overall mark of 1-2. They handled McMurray pretty easily, 28-7. The Pirates kind of struggled a little bit when they didn't play well. So it kind of gets back to that original point. When you play well, you got to feel like you're going to be able to give these guys a pretty good game and maybe steal a win for the last time you're going to see them in quite a while.
Yeah, one thing we didn't talk about Monday night is their 2 losses are against ranked teams.
True.
Wisconsin Oshkosh is a top 15 team, and Howard Payne is getting votes in all the polls as well. So don't let 1 and 2 mislead you. The 2 teams that they haven't been able to knock off are really.
All right, we're going to cut into that interview there because Chuck's got Coach on the sideline. Chuck, take it away.
Hey, Coach, beautiful weather here tonight in East Texas. What did you tell your team over last night and today just before the game?
Well, it's our last shot to beat these guys. They're not on our schedule, and I don't know when they will be again. So that's what I've been focusing on all week with them, is that we've got one shot to get this win.
And what are the keys to the victory for the Pirates?
Played our potential. That's the one key. Played our potential, will be all right.
Stay ahead of it.
That's right.
All right. There you go, Merle. Coach, very calm, selected, and ready to get that first win over East Texas Baptist under his belt tonight. A beautiful night here in East Texas.
All right, Chuck, nice job. Thanks to Coach for taking the time. And kind of a weird way to do that pregame interview. It kind of came in the middle of the file, but I think you got the gist of it. Merle Bertrand joined by TJ Vela and Josh Blanche. You see the captains gathered there at the center of the field for the coin toss. And again, if you're just tuning in and wondering why the video looked a little foggy there while Chuck was on the camera, the sun is setting behind the trees over there, coming into the press box windows, which could probably use a little bit of a wash job. It's kind of diffusing the light a little bit. It should get a lot better when the sun goes down.
And some new tint.
And some new tint, yes. I remember being here a few years ago, and it was hot up here. I may have been a 1 o'clock start. It was just brutal.
And usually we play ETBU early in the season, too, so you're not getting cool temps like we're getting right now. It's not cool, but, like, it's not this 100-degree weather that we were used to in the earlier September month.
Well, game time temperature looks to be about 78 degrees. So 78 degrees. So San Diego weather here tonight for sure.
I love it.
Pirates are the road team if you're listening instead of watching. So Southwestern in the road white jerseys with the black pants, black numerals outlined in gold with the black helmet. And ETBU, kind of an interesting look, kind of a Carolina blue, powder blue jersey, but white numbers outlined in black. Black pants with the powder blue piping down the side. And I don't know how to describe the blue on that's almost like an aqua blue on the helmet.
I'm honestly going to give ETBU their flowers when it comes to their uniforms. I'm a big fan of them.
Yeah.
I like them a lot. So everyone that knows me knows I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan through and through, Merle, but I also have a strong affinity for the Houston Oilers because of their baby blue look. And,
there you go.
Obviously it's not the same uniforms that Warren Moon used to rock back at the Astrodome, but I always love a good baby blue jersey like what ETBU is rocking right now.
I didn't even think of the Oilers, and I'm older than you. I should have picked up on that. Right
Come on,
away.
Merle. Earl Campbell?
Yeah.
All those guys?
Pirates won the coin toss. They deferred, so Southwestern will kick it off. Charlie Fournier has a football on the tee at the 35-yard line. Game number 5 of the 2022 season, just moments away from getting started. Southwestern against ETBU here on the Vype Live Network. Beautiful night, just a light breeze blowing from right to left. Packed grandstands. And we are underway from Marshall, Texas. And the kickoff's going to sail down to the 5-yard line, up to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, 25. Breaking tackles, look out, 35, 40. And Fournier gets him and slows him down at the 45-yard line. Charlie Fournier possibly saved the touchdown right there.
Yeah, you never want the first play of the game in your kicker is the one making the tackle there, Merle. Not a good start to the game for the Pirates, but their defense, as we've seen throughout the season, is stout. And they've been in situations where they have to start at this, this area of the field. So they'll be tested here early.
First down and 10 at the 46-yard line for ETBU. Moving from left to right. Center and nose tackle shaking hands. Hackett playing nice for the only time tonight.
Oh, he never plays nice. I'm surprised he even shook his hand.
He probably spit in his hand before he shook it, right?
Probably.
One receiver wide left, 2 to the near side. Freshman quarterback Banks with the play action. Looking downfield. Good protection. Now the pocket breaks down. It's going to be a sack. Good start by the Pirate defense. Coming in from the backside for Southwestern was Malik McDonald. And that's going to be a loss of about 6 on the play. Second down and 16 back at the 40.
And Cornelius Banks tried to step up in the pocket there. His right tackle did a good job of setting back and making Malik kind of work a little more. But Malik, nice inside move to make the sack there. And big play for the Pirates defense here on that first offensive play for ETBU.
Banks 44 for 72, 489 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interception. Can run the ball as well. Second down and 16. Swings it out on the left side, complete behind the block out to the 45. And breaks a tackle across the 50 and knocked down at about the 47-yard line. And that's going to bring up a third down and about 3. And on the stop for the Pirates was Jalen Levine.
Alexander Gomez also coming in there late, laying the wood. Third and short here, though, for ETBU.
Chance to get off the field, but they're not going to. It's going to be a first down as the running back takes it across the 45 down to the 40. That is more than likely Malik Hamilton on the carry. It was. Hamilton, 53 carries, 171 yards, and he picks up the first down there. First down and 10 for the Tigers at the 41-yard line. First drive of the night. Banks dropping back, pressure coming from the edge again. Now the pocket breaks down. That might be a hold. There's a flag. Banks is going to be tripped up and knocked down at the 42-yard line. Tackle made by Blaine Corrigan, so it's going to be either second down and 10 or first and 20. I think you push him back here.
I think you definitely push him back here, especially with how fast ETBU is moving right now in terms of their offense. They're not taking a long time in the huddle. They're sprinting to the line and running the play almost immediately. And if we go back to their first few plays there, they got a sack, they ran a screen, and then just a short run for a first down. They're moving quickly and wasting no time getting to the line and making this Pirates defense kind of just react very quickly, not get set up. And we're seeing here that maybe the Pirates having a little bit of trouble early on.
1st and 20, ball back on the Tigers side of the field at the 48-yard line. Just underway first quarter, no score. 4 receivers to the left side, 1 to the near side. Empty back set for Banks. Dropping back, steps up, throws, intercepted to the 45. Into Tiger territory 40, 35, tippy-toeing at the sideline. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Boy, oh boy, that was very, very close. But a beautiful job, overthrown pass, and it was Elijah Norris almost took it to the house. He did take it to the house. He just stepped out of bounds along the way.
Elijah Norris got tackled by the 12th man, the sideline. Oh, my God. He's sick to his stomach right now. All he saw was pay dirt. But going back to that play, a Southwestern Pirate blitz, if you see it back on the replay, Alexander Gomez went straight through the guard and the tackle and absolutely demolished Cornelius Banks, the quarterback. Saw that pressure from Banks saw that pressure, should I say, and then an overthrown pass right into the hands of Elijah Norris. Pirates offense, great field position here to start with their first drive.
First down 10 at the 26 is where he stepped out of bounds. Here comes Landry Gilpin and company, looking to take advantage. Gilpin rolling to his right, stepping up, firing over the right side, complete to the 20, spins inside the 20, down to the 15, down to the 14-yard line. He kind of came on last week. That's Adrian Garza coming back, a little button hook there to help out his quarterback. 11-yard pickup, first down to the 15.
Valley Boy connection. They're one of my favorite duos here on this team, Merle. Every time you talk about Landry Gilpin, you're more than likely going to mention Adrian Garza or maybe another guy like Ethan Powell. They just go hand in hand like PB&J, you know.
Now I'm hungry. Thanks for that. First down at 10 from the 15-yard line. Gilpin dropping back, looking, fade pattern over the right side. A lot of pushing and shoving, and no flag. Tried to get it out to, I think it was Powell out there.
Yeah, Robert Williams was the corner, number 17 for ETBU. That was the only way he could really stop Powell right there. You know, I've said it on the broadcast before, he's just so big and so strong. You have to jam him early if you're a corner, because if you don't, he's going to give you a move. He's going to push you and just bully you, and he's going to get right past you and just be wide open for a pass from Landry.
Second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Gilpin dropping back, rolling right, looking downfield again. And fires it down to the 11, incomplete, in and out of the hands. That was Sam LeBleu in the backfield trying to come back and bail out his quarterback, but had a lot of mustard on that one. Going to bring up a third down and 10 from the 15-yard line.
And a big third down here early. You know, you just had Elijah get that pick. He had a wide open path to the end zone, and he stepped out inadvertently. So, I mean, Pirates not able to score here. That's going to, we'll always think back to that first play with that first turnover where we would have easily had 6.
Handoff, LeBleu, right side. Oh, it faked me out. Pass into the end zone. Oh, just off the fingertips. Tried to go to Howell again. Boy, what a play fake. I thought LeBleu had it, but he pulled it back and fired it down to Powell, who just couldn't quite haul it in. And the field goal unit's going to come on to try to get some points here out of this opening drive.
Yeah, and great effort there by Ethan on the right side, but just even better coverage by Robert Williams, the corner. That time, not a lot of hand checking. It was more so just man on man, and he just provided great coverage, didn't allow Ethan to get separation to make a play on the ball.
32-yard field goal is him from the far hash for Charlie Fournier. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. Looks good from here. And it's good. So the Pirates don't get the 7, but they do salvage 3 points off the turnover. And with 12:15 to go here in the first quarter, Southwestern leads it 3-0. That's exactly the kind of start this team needed on the road against a team they've had trouble with. But the Pirates have gotten off to a terrible start 3 games in a row.
Exactly, Merle. You said all the right things right there. That's the start they needed. A turnover on defense, get some confidence, get some swagger on their side, and then the offense getting points and putting points on the board at the end of their drive. A big thing with ETBU, we talk about how this is the 10th meeting with us versus them and how they're 9-0 versus us.
Right.
It seems like every single game that the Pirates have played against them, even from the times when I was there, we always just shot ourselves in the foot. It was always just penalties on our side, turnovers on our side that didn't allow us to really get going ever. So right there, it's just good to see the Pirates take advantage of a turnover on ETBU's side and then put points on the board. It's kind of like, they did it to us for so long. It feels nice to finally get something like that, after all these years.
And these games have either been feast or famine. It's either been completely one-sided in favor of ETBU, or it's been like about a 10, 11, 12-point game that the Pirates have had a chance to win. Got to get over the hump tonight. Fournier with the football on the tee, drives it from the 35-yard line, a short, high pooch kick, and that's fielded at the 29. I thought his knee touched the ground. He did. The official coming in from the far side. He had a little bit of running room there on the left side. So luckily for the Pirates, his knee touched the ground, making that catch.
Little pooch kick from Fournier. We've seen him kind of work a couple different ways in terms of kicking. We know he can boot it out of the end zone on that first kick, a little short of the 3-yard line, and then that one on the pooch kick. He's proven that he can do a lot of different things with his leg throughout this season so far.
5-play, 11-yard drive. Took 48 seconds off the clock, culminating in the 32-yard field goal attempt from Fournier. First down for the Tigers at their own 31-yard line. Banks, play action, pass over to the left side, and caught somehow. Or was it incomplete? Looking for what cannot even see the official over there. It looks like it's incomplete because they're going to put it back at the line of scrimmage. And that time Peyton Vaughn was right there. He almost had another interception.
Peyton Vaughn had a break on that ball. He looked like Trayvon Diggs out there last week with the Cowboys game against the Giants. Trayvon had a nice break on the ball, and that's exactly what Peyton looked like there, too, as a host of Pirates tackled the running back for ETBU right there.
Yeah, Malik Hamilton on the carry. Picks up 1 yard. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. So the Pirate defense playing stout here early, a chance to get off the field. 3rd and 9 from the 31-yard line.
3rd and 9, and we saw the Pirates on the last time ETBU had a 3rd down. They blitzed. So we'll see here if Coach Kriesel wants to keep that same strategy.
They send Hamilton in motion. Banks looking back. Firing over to the left side. Deflected up in the air and incomplete. Almost intercepted. 3 Pirates in the neighborhood. Nobody could quite get to it in time on the deflection for Southwestern. I think that was Gomez.
And you had Jamarcus Ross there, too. He was like no one around him. He was just looking at the wide receiver on the ground. If he would have looked up, he could have easily just gotten the ball in his hands, and he would have had a clear path to the end zone, too.
So what a start for this Pirate defense. Is on to punt it away is Alex Child, averaging 38.1 yards per punt, and he launches a beauty here into the afternoon sky. And a fair catch call for made at the 32-yard line. That's where the Pirates will take over. 1st down and 10, up 3-0. Email open, Southwestern FB, southwesternfb@gmail.com. Give a shout out to your favorite player. And a nice contingent of Southwestern fans making the trip here on this first autumn weekend.
A lot of fans out here. I love it. You know, obviously ETBU brought a lot of people with their parents' weekend, but the Southwestern faithful making a good showing here.
Yes, they did. So Gilpin brings him out. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line, going from right to left. And handoff up the middle. Breaking the tackle is the blue, bouncing to the outside and flung down to the turf. Going to lose a yard or 2 on the play. Just couldn't quite get around the edge. A good pursuit there by the Tiger defense.
Yeah, number 94, the left end for the ETBU Tiger defense, James Wright, just kind of blew up that play from the start. He didn't make the tackle in the backfield, but he created enough chaos back there to where it was just made it impossible for LeBlue to get going.
2nd and 12, back at the 30-yard line. Gilpin. Handoff up the middle, and the blue picking his way back near the original line of scrimmage. And picks up maybe 4 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. Third down and 8 from the 33. 2 receivers wide right, 3 here to the near side. Empty back set for Landry Gilpin. Gilpin dropping back, looking. Now he's going to take off. Wanted to run, but ETBU is waiting for him. They're going to knock him down back to the 30-yard line for a loss of 2 yards. And that drive went backwards for Southwestern. The punting unit will come on.
Yeah, ETBU's D-line right there just proved to be too much for the Southwestern O-line. Every single play they were making things happen, putting a lot of pressure, not just on the running backs, but they're on 3rd down. They put a lot of pressure on Landry, able to make the sack, and the Pirates going 3 and out here on their 2nd drive.
Benjamin Lancaster set to punt it away for the first time this afternoon, averaging 38.7 yards per punt with a long of 70. We'd love to see one of those right here, and this is a pretty high kick. Caught in traffic at the 41-yard line, so ETBU will have pretty decent field position to start this drive. 1st down and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
That's about where they started from their first drive.
Yeah.
So maybe, if the stars align, the Pirates defense get a similar outcome to how what happened on ETBU's first drive, which was the interception, if y'all are just joining us.
First down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 41-yard line. That sun is about to get really nasty for us here in the booth for about 30 minutes. It's just about to peak down below the top of the window ledge. Banks dropping back, looking. Good coverage. Now fires over the center of the field. Got a receiver behind the defense. Caught. 25. Giving ground back to the 25. And finally wrestled to the turf at the 24-yard line. That ball a little underthrown. And coming back for it was Chris Williams, the tight end. And a big play. Tigers in business at the 25-yard line.
And I think that was a play of broken coverage for the Southwestern secondary. Peyton Vaughn kind of throwing his hands up, asking his teammates, where are you? He kind of expected them to be there. As a tackle made in the backfield there by Alexander Gomez.
Malik Hamilton on the carry, picks up 2, second down and 7. Gain of 3, pardon me, second and 7 from the 23-yard line. Give it to Hamilton again, left side, trying to turn the corner, cuts it up inside the 20, tripped up across the 20, but get down to about the 17-yard line, going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Bring up a 3rd down and 1 for your Tigers.
And it looks like they're going their big package here. ETBU is, Merle, subbing in some larger numbers like 92, number 40, the fullback. Expect a run here.
A Wildcat here. No, that's Banks, pardon me. And Banks hands it off, left side, looking for running room inside the 15 and down to about the 11-yard line. On the carry that time for ETBU was Davian Wilson. Hackett on the stop, but it's a first down and goal to go from about the 6, or check that, first down and 10 from the 12.
And Wilson listed as a tight end, so talk about a big package there for ETBU. They were not going to be denied getting that first down.
Pirates looking for a turnover here. ETBU threatening, Southwestern up 3-0. And looks like we might have a timeout of the field. This is a big play, and the Tigers know it. Got our first email of the evening from Tabby Darlex. Says, go Matt Gomez, number 53. We are cheering you on from Manor, Texas. Love your other family. Mike, Tabby, Shelby, Nicholas, Bradley, Foxy, and Meows.
Matt Gomez, the Beeville native. Down in the 361, the Beeville Trojans.
Yeah.
But they're on Manor. That's my neck of the woods now.
I was out there last night for Vandegrift. I'm sorry to the Manor folks as the Vipers handle the Mustangs. Had to sneak that in there somehow.
Yeah, my neighbor's going to be upset at you now, bro, when I go tell him to listen to this broadcast again. I'm going to tell him just to start after 7:39 in the first.
That's a good team, those Mustangs. They're going to be 100%. A factor. All right, quick timeout, right back to it. First down and 10 from the 12. Banks, handoff, Hamilton. Looking for running room right side, squeaks inside the 15, just kind of ducked underneath the would-be tacklers and picked up about 7 yards. Peyton Vaughn there to knock him down, but second down and 3.
And ETBU there running basically a power with Cade Fant, the fullback. Just a big lead blocker making a big hole. And it looks like they're running the same exact play.
Same play, and this time into the end zone, touchdown. So Malik Hamilton finishes off a nice drive of about 59 yards. And the Tigers take their first lead of the afternoon, 6-3 with the extra point pending.
And that play it's hard to stop, especially when you only need a few yards, Merle.
Right.
You have the right side of the O-line just blocking down, power blocking everybody and washing everything away. And then the big man, Cade Fant, just rolling around the corner, getting any extra garbage coming through. And it just makes it easy for ETBU's running back to kind of walk through there for the touchdown.
Christian Piazza drills the extra point. And with 7:19 to go in the opening quarter, ETBU takes the lead now, 7-3. Well, we knew 3 points wasn't going to be enough.
No, most definitely not. ETBU is a really good team. It's going to be a good contest to see the Pirates come back, get back on offense, and get things going. We didn't drive all this way for 3 points, Merle.
No, not at all.
And neither did these fans.
Number 48, Christian Piazza.
So 7-3 your score. Tigers on top. Happy to have you with us here on this Saturday evening, October 1st. I don't know how it got to be October already. That one, a 6-play, 59-yard drive, took 2:07 off the clock, and Malik Hamilton with a 5-yard score. to put ETBU up 7-3. And the kickoff. Going to sail up to about the 7. JoJo Wilson to the 10 to the 15. Out across the 20. Good speed to the 25 and digging for more. Pushed behind on the rugby scrum out to the 28-yard line. And that's where the Pirates will take over first down and 10. Give a shout out to my mom tuned in from the great state of Illinois. One of my broadcast partners on Vanderbilt football, Hank Hudson, tuned in.
Hi, Merle's mom.
Hi, yeah. Hi, Mom.
My mom never tunes in, Merle. I'm kind of jealous of you right now.
First down at the 30-yard line. Nice return for Wilson. Low snap, Gilpin rolling to his left. And dumps it off. Off the fingertips of Jaquan Marion. He had running room, and he knew it.
Yeah, those are just the ones you look back on film as a skill player, and you're just like, what was going through my head? You know, I know what was going through his head. He knew he had a wide open field in front of him. He knew he had a first down. Got to catch it before we make a play on it, though.
So second down and 10. Little sidearm fling there that time from Gilpin. Gilpin hands it off to Marion. He makes up for it there. About a 5-yard pickup out to the 35-yard line. That's going to set up. They'll give him 4. So third down and 6 from the 34.
Third down.
And a good run there, and an even better block from number 69, Brian Gutierrez. I see you, big man. Putting those ETBU defenders on their back. I love it.
High praise from a member of the Southwestern All-Decade team.
We don't have to tell people all that.
Yeah, we do. Got to give you some street cred. Gilpin dropping back. Quarterback draw. Got a lot of running room, but it was, oh, man. What an open field tackle, because Gilpin had room to roam.
And that was a designed run right there. That was a designed draw. A lot of times we just see Gilpin on third down kind of just scrambling and running. It's kind of what Coach Austin said on the show on Monday, Merle. You know, they practice that. They practice running around. But that play right there, that was designed to be that. And that was just good scouting by ETBU to be ready to attack it and kind of recognize when Landry's going to run and take the draw.
If that tackle isn't made, he's probably still running. Hamilton with the punt. Pressure coming and gets it and knocked down, but I don't see a flag. Fielded at the 32-yard line and dropped immediately out there by Southwestern. Good coverage downfield by Joseph Flores. I'm not sure how you don't at least drop the 5-yard variety there.
I think that one Lancaster was just trying his best to win an Oscar. I don't think that was a direct running into the kicker. If anything, it was inadvertent. I think maybe our blocker maybe hit Lancaster, if anything. Yeah, I don't know right there. It's a tough call. It's kind of bang-bang.
First down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 32-yard line, moving from left to right midway through this first quarter. Bootleg over to the right side. Pass flowing up to the right side and incomplete.
And Banks is down.
He took a shot. He felt the pressure, and that ball looked like a short punt. It was up in the air so high. And good coverage. The ball knocked away by Jamarcus Ross.
Jalen Levine. Big hit on Banks. Hit him right in the ribs, and he went down immediately. He's back up, though, thankfully.
Yeah. 6'3", 195-pound freshman out of New Caney High School in Houston. Second down and 10. Receiver comes in motion. That's pass over to the left side, complete out to the 30. Wide receiver screen out to the 35, across the 40, out to the 45-yard line. That'll be good for about a 13-yard pickup and a Tiger first down.
And ETBU's offense there using Southwestern's aggressiveness against them. The D-line for Southwestern just kind of coming through right there. They felt themselves unblocked. There's an old saying, if it's easy, it's cheesy. And on that screen right there, it was definitely a little cheesy.
Hamilton into Pirate territory, across the midfield stripe, stepped out of bounds at about the 49, a 6-yard pickup before Peyton Vaughn knocked him out of bounds. Second down and 4. Tigers going quickly here. Handoff again. Hamilton looking for running him. He's not going to find it. He's going to be dropped for about a 3-yard loss. That is a 40 and 2 combo.
And number 2, Jason Lunn.
Well, that can't be 40. That's Lancaster's number.
I think it's 48.
48. That makes more sense. That'd be Matthew Brolos. Duh. And Jason Lund on the stop. So a big play coming up here. 3rd down and 6 from the 49-yard line. 4:48 to go first quarter. Two receivers wide left, 2 to the near side. Banks, quick drop. Now fires over to the right side, and a one-handed catch at the 30. Oh, incomplete. Boy, he almost had a circus catch. That was Chris Williams, again, who had one earlier. He kind of went up and speared that one, but the contact knocked the ball loose at the last second.
Peyton Vaughn out here headhunting too. Merle, this whole Pirates defense right now is laying the wood. They're laying some hits down like the Beatles. I love it.
So the punting unit on for ETBU. Good stand by the Southwestern defense. Short, high punt. Pirates just need to get away from this one. Yeah, it's going to be dead at about the 21-yard line, so that's where Southwestern will take over. 1st down and 10 with 4:25 to go opening quarter.
You talk about get away. That backspin on that punt kind of scared me for a little bit. I thought it did hit a Southwestern player.
I thought the same thing. It kind of knuckleballed down there.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to put that in the universe, but luckily it didn't happen.
First down, Southwestern at their own 24-yard line, moving from right to left. Give us 15 minutes, and the sun will be behind the trees. To receivers left side, Gilpin. Little counter play to Tesegui, and a nice run out there to about the 29-yard line. Picked up about 5 yards. So Johnny Tasiagi on the carry. Only took me 4 weeks to figure out how to say his name.
Is that how you say it?
Tasiagi, yeah.
Tasiagi. I would have never guessed that one, Merle. I don't think I haven't said that. I've been saying like Tesegi, Tesegu, Tasiagi. Okay.
I heard Coach mention on the show Monday night. That's the only reason I finally picked up on it. He picks up 5, 2nd down and 5 from the 29-yard line. He gets it again around the right side, gets a corner turn, puts his head down and pounds it out to the 33-yard line. Going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. And a big 3rd down. They're going to give him the 1st down. A good spot all the way out to the 34.
And Southwestern right there, taking a page out of ETBU's book.
Yep.
Same play, getting good results of power to the right side. Different setup, but still nonetheless a power.
First down and 10 Southwestern at the 34-yard line. Gilpin, handoff, no play action. Now bootlegging to his left. In trouble and fires over here to the near side. Incomplete. Smart play there by the senior. Had Robinson in the neighborhood. And he was outside the pocket, so live to fight another day.
And, a younger Landry Gilpin may have tried to run out away from that one. Maybe would have tried to throw it to a receiver. The veteran Landry Gilpin, on the other hand, he's going to throw that away,
right,
make the safe play. So a good job there, like you were saying, by Landry.
2nd down and 10. Ball still spotted at the 34-yard line. Two receivers to the right, to the near side. Gilpin rolling to his left. Gets a good block. Now fires over the center of the field, and I think it was caught. JoJo Wilson.
Yep.
So hard to see looking into the sun, and couldn't find an official, but JoJo Wilson finally got up triumphantly with the football.
JoJo Wilson, nice catch in traffic there. And the only reason I knew it was JoJo because he's wearing those sleeves, Merle. So
there you go.
I'm looking for those identifying characteristics on these players right now with the sun in our face.
Put the football right at the 50-yard stripe. 1st down Southwestern. One receiver to the right, to the near side. Handoff up the middle to Segui again. And good hard running. Picks up about 3 yards. He'll take that at the 47-yard line. 2.5 to go, opening quarter. Southwestern trails by 4, putting together a nice drive here.
ETBU making a sub at the D-line, letting their 1st string rest. We'll see if this 2nd string here can make cause the same havoc that 1st string is causing.
2nd down and 7 from the Tiger 47. One receiver wide right, 2 to the near side. Gilpin Handoff. This is Jaquan Marion. This time spins across the 45, spins again and dives down near the 40-yard line and near the first down marker. Boy, the whirling dervish there, Jaquan Marion. Looks like he's going to be about a yard shy here, 3rd down and 1.
Marion, they're just bouncing off guys like a pinball. I thought he was going to be dead after the linebacker for ETBU came in and cut the pulling tackle for Southwestern. But no, able to get away from the tackler for ETBU. And now 3rd and 1, 3rd and short for Southwestern.
Boy, got to pick this up. 3rd down and a yard from the 41. Keep the drive alive. 2 receivers near side, 1 wide right. They give it to Marion, and he breaks free to the 40, up the sideline, gets a block to the 35, and finally pounded out of bounds at the 33-yard line. They had him dead to rights, and he again just bounced right off of it and did the rest of the work himself. Finally, Jamarian Mitchell there to knock him out of bounds, but not before a Pirate first down.
Marion's playing some big boy football right now. This whole team's playing some big boy football, Merle. I don't know what Coach Johnson told them in the locker room before this, but they're coming out ready to hit. And then Marion, I don't know if y'all saw it on the screen, he ended up going to the bench of ETBU, took a little sip of their water before he went back into the game. I love it.
1st down and 10 at the Tiger 33. Trips wide right. Gilpin. Fake the pitch out. Fires over the center. He's got Wilson wide open. 10-5. Touchdown Pirates. Well-designed play, TJ.
Well designed indeed. You know Southwestern, they're known for the option, and you have Gilpin going out, and all day ETBU's been biting on it, tried to contain Gilpin. On that one, he goes just enough, fakes it, and finds a wide open JoJo Wilson, who catches it and dives into the end zone, and the Pirates now up 9-7, hopefully 10-7, pending this extra point.
Charlie Fournier on to tack on the extra point. Movement on the line. Don't see a flag. Fournier, there's a flag. But the extra point is good anyway. We'll make sure it's on the Tigers. I'm pretty sure it is. I saw them flinch up there.
Should be. Saw him jump over.
Yep, offsides on the defense. Pirates will decline to take the extra point. Yeah, with 43 seconds to go, Southwestern reclaims the lead at 10-7.
And just a really strong drive there, Merle, by Southwestern's offense. They found themselves down, with a couple third and mediums, 3rd and shorts, able to get out of those, get the first down, and just move the ball across the field to, at the end of it all, find JoJo Wilson for a touchdown and scores 10-7 now.
And I love how Gilpin holds it. He fooled our camera guy. He was tracking him all the way, and then he pulled up and fired it downfield, and Wilson was all alone.
Come on, Jacob. We can't get fooled like that. What are you doing up there, man? He can't hear us.
He can't hear us.
Yeah, he can't hear us. I'll give him some love at halftime. Let him know.
No more donuts for Jacob.
He brought them because he was late.
Yeah.
We didn't say that earlier. He brought the donuts because he was late.
There's a kickoff from the 35-yard line. And field at the 27, up to the 30. Looking for running room and not going to find much. Maybe back to the 32 or 33-yard line before he's snowed under by a host of Pirates.
And, after that first kickoff return for ETBU where they brought it back all the way to the 40, I don't think Coach wants to mess around with it anymore. He's just pooch kicking it over there to the 30-yard line and saying, let's let these other guys kind of deal with it. If they can score, more power to them.
Joshua Whitmore averaging 18.7 yards per return, and we saw that in the first one. So I think you're right.
Yeah, it's better to not mess with that.
First down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Pirate defense back on the field, protecting the 3-point lead. Handoff up the middle, Hamilton. Oh, just swallowed under. A big hit there at the 36-yard line. Maybe a gain of a yard or two. But what a stick there by Alexander Gomez.
I love the way he plays, Merle. He just waits. He reads his keys. He saw the pulling tackle coming through the hole, and he went right underneath him and just laid a hard hit on the running back, Hamilton, for ETBU. Minimal gain there for Hamilton.
Second down and 8 from the 36-yard line. Two receivers left, one to the near side. Banks, quick drop, quarterback draw up the middle, and upended. Knocked down at the 39-yard line. Didn't see who came crashing in.
It was Gomez.
Gomez again, okay.
Gomez again. I love it. He plays so hard-nosed. He's not going to allow anything to get through there.
And we have reached the end of quarter number 1. A good quarter of football. Southwestern in the lead after the first 15 minutes, 10-7. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on Vype Live.
Vlog number one. Well, first off, thank you for being here.
Battles leaps over the defender.
Crosby's second state championship appearance.
Let's come back. Where are you, Chuck? I was going to come to you, but I can't find you over there. There he is, down at the 20-yard line. We'll get to Chuck Gracie here at the end of this play.
About a 3rd and 7 here for ETBU.
As they're back quickly, a short quarter break and complete out to the 43-yard line. Chuck, get your thoughts here at the end of the first quarter. A good quarter of football for the Southwestern Pirates.
By number 81, Christian.
Yeah, all around good play from offense, defense, and special teams. But I want to point out, as TJ has done throughout the broadcast, the defense is really playing lights out. If they can keep up this level of play throughout the ball game, I like their odds. Back to you.
Thank you, Chuck. First down and 10, and there's a handoff up the middle of the 45-yard line, maybe a gain of a yard or 2 for ETBU. First quarter stats. Southwestern leads in first downs 10-7. Total offense 92 yards apiece for both squads. Pirates have had it for just under 8 minutes to 7 minutes for ETBU, so pretty evenly matched here in the first quarter.
For sure, evenly matched. We're seeing that with the score here, 10-7. Close game. It would be 7-7 without that first interception,
right?
That the Pirates took advantage of.
And a little jump pass over on the right side, complete to the 45, into Pirate territory to the 40. Gets a block. He's going to go 15, 10, 5, touchdown Tigers. Just a little jump pass over on the flat on the right side. Got a good block downfield. And it was ETBU taking it in to regain the lead.
Yeah, and that was number 18, Joshua Whitmore, who was able to take it into the end zone for ETBU. And we've seen it all game. It's that little screen that they're running to the near sideline. And right there, you kind of had a feeling that eventually they would be able to break one if Southwestern's going to be super aggressive and blitz. And ETBU just called the right play at the right time. Southwestern was blitzing, and just a screen pass that there was only one guy out there, and the offensive lineman was able to take care of him. A nice block, like you were saying, got out there. And, it's hard to do that as an offensive lineman with those skill guys, but he did a great job of that and allowed Whitmore to take it in the end zone to give his team the lead.
So just underway second quarter, and a back-and-forth football game with ETBU back in the lead now 14-10. I thought it was Caleb O'Brien that hauled that in. I guess we'll find out here, number 6. But if you saw 18.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I've been wrong more times than I've been right.
So am I. We'll let the youngsters with the good eyes bring us a score sheet, and we'll confirm it.
It was the sun, guys. The sun was in my eyes. That's what it was. I couldn't see.
You think we're kidding? Josh, show this camera shot. That's what we're looking at. So, yeah, that'll go down here in just a moment or two.
All right, here we go. Here are the stats. Let's see.
It was O'Brien. I should have bet you.
Dang.
I should have bet you one of Jacob's Donuts. O'Brien, a 54-yard pass from Banks.
We can't bet the donuts. That's Chuck's food later.
That's true.
He's going to cheat on his diet, he said. Look at him over there.
Number 48, Christian Piazza.
The kickoff from the 35-yard line. ETBU, of course, now going from right to left here as the teams have switched sides between quarters. And a short high kick. That's a live football. You got to get on it. And ETBU, that's loose. Oh, Pirates caught a break. Pirates caught a huge break.
Yeah, you're not kidding, Merle. Oh my goodness. I don't know how that ETBU special teams player did not get that ball. He jumped right on top of it.
He did.
And I guess it's covered in butter or something. It squeaked right away from him. That was, you had Joey Robinson there right in front of it, and it went over his head, and that's what you're supposed to do. If it's going over your head, you're not worried about it.
Right.
So that was I don't know who it was, but that's the actual returner's job to come up and get that ball. And that football looked like me in a pitching wedge right there. It kind of stuck and had a little backspin on it. Went right into the feet of Joey Robinson, and luckily for the Pirates, we were able to somehow get it back.
It was either Ethan Mills or Colby Bartlett, both wearing number 6, that fell on the football. I'm not sure which one plays on the kickoff return. There's Gilpin. And pass too high and incomplete. Try to get it out to Adrian Garza. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Pirates starting this drive from the 14-yard line after that goofy play.
Yeah, too high and too fast on that pass there. You know, another sidearm throw from Gilpin. It was on line. It was just he was really close to Garza and he wasn't ready for it.
2nd down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Just underway, 2nd quarter. Gilpin rolling to his left, looking, firing over to the left side, complete. Jaquan Marion out of the backfield. He's upended at the 20-yard line, but he gets up. 6-yard pickup.
That was a big tackle there by Trent Scott. Marion trying to go over top of him, and Scott's not allowing him to do so.
Boy, it's a big 3rd down here. 3rd down and 4 from the 20. If you're a tennis aficionado, the Pirates trying to hold serve here. 14-10. One receiver wide left, 3 here to the near side. Gilpin, low snap, picks it off the carpet. Fires over the right side, incomplete. Try to get it to Marion, but Marion wasn't looking back for the football. I think the pressure just forced him to get rid of it before he could turn around.
Yeah, Landry there saw the blitzing linebacker coming in, and he knew he couldn't get away, so he kind of just tried to throw it to Marion. And like you said, Marion not aware that that was going to happen, didn't have his head turned around. Pirates going 3 and out in their first drive here in the 2nd quarter.
So now Lancaster set to punt it away. He'll hit it from about the 10-yard line. And now whistle's blowing, another timeout. Another timeout taken by ETBU. That's our 2nd one. Give us a chance to thank some of our sponsors here. Antioch of Georgetown, Baylor Scott and White Healthcare, Chapel Realty Group, Chick-fil-A, Chisholm Trail Pediatrics, Hewlett Chevrolet Buick Volkswagen, my Silver Bullet, my Jetta that I got from them, making its first long road trip for Southwestern football in quite a while. Double Days Pizza, Eagles Wings, First Texas Bank, Gary Brown CPA, Georgetown Shirt Company, First American Title, The Golden Rule, Mesquite Creek Outfitters, Groove Line Productions, HEB, House of Gaines, John F. Lewis CPA, Mighty Fine Burgers, Fries, and Shakes, Minuteman Press and Waterboy Graphics, Primerica Financial Solutions, Ross and Champion, Rudy's, Schlotsky's of Georgetown, and Bricks and Ale to Sheraton, Stephanie Featherstone with State Farm, and Upstream Investment Partners, along with Zane's Hands, all of our sponsors. 4th down, Lancaster fields a snap and gets a good punt off just in the nick of time. Fielded at the 42-yard line and nowhere to run. Great coverage downfield for the Southwestern Pirates. I believe that was Caleb Tinney, number 87 on the coverage.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 42-yard line.
Well, Pirate defense needs to get a stand here.
They need to get a big stand here for sure, because ETBU can feel it. You know, you see them on their sidelines. They're feeling a certain energy right now. If they can score here, especially if they can run some time off the clock and get some momentum going, could spell some troubles for the Pirates.
1st down, 10 at the 42-yard line. 4 receivers lined up in a row here on the near side of the field. Banks, pass, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. He rifled that one in on a bullet to Caleb O'Brien, but a little low. Interesting, TJ, if you see, he doesn't even drop. He takes a snap, plants his feet, and fires it.
And, you know, that's just kind of ETBU's way right now. They just move fast, and that means Cornelius Banks wants to move fast, too. Doesn't need to take a drop if his receivers are finding the holes in the Southwestern coverage like that. It would have been possibly a 1st down had he caught the ball.
2nd down and 10. Banks going to keep it himself, looking for running him up the middle, finds some, and not near the midfield stripe, knocked down at about the 48-yard line, a 6-yard pickup. Going to bring up a 3rd down at about 6.
You see, and that play right there is a great example for all the young kids watching of why reading your keys is so important. You had the misdirection going to the right side in the backfield of ETBU, but then you have, if you watch the linemen, you can see them pulling around, so you can assume that the play is going to go to the right side if you're the Southwestern defense on their right side. So reading your keys is so important, especially when it comes to being a great defender.
That was Patrick Nicholas on the stop, wearing number 27 today. Usually wears number 9. Third down play coming up, and it's going to be a sack. Take your pick. 3 Pirates there in the backfield, and I think it was Levine, the freshman, that got there first. But he had a lot of help.
If I want to take my pick, I'm going with big number 99, Jalen Levine. I just love the way he got up right there, all hyped up.
Yep.
Oh, man, you got to, when you're on defense and you make a big play like that, I think it's awesome when guys get up, they pound their chest. I think that's the best part about defense, being able to show out and celebrate a little bit.
Levine, a freshman out of North Shore. They play a little football there.
I wonder if he saw Cornelius Banks in high school.
I would not. I was thinking the same thing. They're both freshmen.
Both Houston
what a
natives.
Beautiful punt. Just get away from that one, and it lands on the carpet and down at about the 11-yard line. So the Pirate defense gets the stand. The sun mercifully goes behind the trees across the way, and our eyesight will be restored.
I love it. Thank goodness.
This is a cool stadium, though.
Very cool. See, we don't have visitor stands. I think they do need to add that. But it would take away from this view of the trees. I think this kind of encapsulates, East Texas as a whole. Not much out here besides trees, I guess. And if you're going to have a stadium in East Texas, might as well show some trees.
Right.
And show what makes people fall in love with this area. Because it's definitely not the drive.
No, it's not the drive. 11:28 to go first half. Pirates trail by 4 with the football moving from left to right. Play action, Gilpin looking, firing over to the right side, looking for Wilson, and that ball is almost intercepted. Threw that one up in a double coverage, and a dangerous pass. Looked like it was off the fingertips of Brandon Ferguson. Or is that 27? No, 17. I was wrong the first time. Robert Williams almost with the interception there.
Yeah, and if JoJo Wilson and the other defender don't go down there, I'm thinking Robert Williams catches that ball and he makes a big return. So, it's a game of inches. Things like that can make a big difference, and the Pirates find themselves with another opportunity here because of that.
Second down and 10. Handoff up the middle. Nice hole left side, and it closes quickly as Sam LeBlue picks up about 4 yards on the carry. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Pirate offense.
And this is just a hard-hitting game in general. I know Chuck said earlier the Southwestern defense is hitting hard. This ETBU defense, they're doing a really good job of making sure that they're staying within their game plan, making Landry, stay in the pocket. He's not able to run around like he's used to. And then when they find the hole, they're getting right into it. Here, they're showing blitz. Let's see if they bring the house.
They drop out of it, but Gilbert's still under pressure and has to fire over to the right side, incomplete. They dropped off the blitz, but they still got good penetration by the big guys up front.
Yeah, when you have a young offensive line like Southwestern there, if you're showing blitz like that and you pull off with certain guys who maybe you were expecting to block, it just becomes very difficult to kind of decipher who you want to block. And right there we can see Southwestern O-line not prepared for that. A lot of leakage, a lot of pressure in the backfield, forcing Gilpin to throw it away. And another 3-and-out now for the Pirates.
Lancaster set to hit it from about the 5-yard line. Good snap back. High, booming punt into the twilight sky. And a fair catch call for it made in Pirate territory at the 43-yard line. So kind of a war of attrition here, but ETBU is slowly winning the field position battle.
Slowly but surely winning the field position battle. And in the first quarter I had mentioned, Merle, that every single time it seems like we play ETBU, we make some mistakes. We shoot ourselves in the foot. I don't want to put this in the universe right now, but, Southwestern was doing a great job in that first quarter of making sure they didn't make mistakes. They were taking advantage of mistakes ETBU made. But the first mistake that was made by Southwestern seemed to be that kickoff that we didn't recover, off the catch. And right there, that's whenever we went 3-and-out for the first time in the second quarter. Next drive on offense, 3-and-out again. So, is it that mistake that's going to kind of compound and hurt the Southwestern offense? I guess we'll see.
Well, pressure coming from the edge. A fumble ball came out, but I think the ground caused it. Coming in from the defensive end position was Jamarcus Ross, and he was involved in the tackle as they handed it off up the middle, and Ross had to kind of reach out with the left arm and just get a fingertip on the ball carrier. Hamilton with a 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. Give it to him again, and a nice hole this time. Drug down from behind at the 31-yard line.
And you've had the defensive line for Southwestern out there so much, it seems like, here in this first half. might be getting a little tired, and the ETB offensive line is kind of taking advantage of that right now, making some big holes for Hamilton in the backfield.
That's actually Kylan Ashton carrying the football. He gets another carry inside the 30, the 25, down to the 20. To your point, TJ, they're getting a little worn out, or the Pirate defense got fresh running back legs in.
Yeah, and then it's another thing, too, with ETBU, like we've been saying, they're moving fast. They're not taking a lot of time at the line of scrimmage. They're not giving the Southwestern defense a lot of time to catch their breath. And for a lot of – and look, coach has to call timeout. That's one of the other consequences of if the offense is going fast, you're going to have to call timeout to let your defense get a break.
You asked a question I was going to ask. Is this to give your defense a chance to catch their breath, or is this to make an adjustment, or a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both, honestly. You know, the first 3 plays have all been really good, positive plays for ETBU. If you're Coach Creasel, if you're Coach Austin, you want to just let your defense recoup, catch their breath, say, guys, they're not doing anything different here. We've got to make sure to stay within our assignments, stay in our gaps, and we're going to make stops. Yeah, they're going to break off some plays here or there. But if you could stay within your assignments, we're going to hold them, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
9:47 to go first half, 14-10, Tigers on top. But putting together a pretty nice drive here. Just inside the red zone at the 20-yard line. One receiver wide right, 2 to the near side. Ashton stays in the backfield. Banks dropping back. Pass over to the left side and caught. And big hit there at the 15-yard line. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 as Micah Justice says hello.
Yeah, I'm surprised Banks was able to hold on to that ball considering Micah Justice right there coming down and hitting him hard.
Handoff, Ashton cutting it back up and inside the 10, plows down to about the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers. Kylan Ashton, another freshman out of Cedar Hill. A lot of young talent here for ETBU. 1st and goal from the 8.
And they're playing really well, like across the board. Like there's not a drop-off, I don't think, with any of these young players for ETBU.
Banks empty back set. Receiver coming in motion right to left. Settles in as the up back. That's Ashton. Banks quick drop. Looking. Pocket breaks down. Running. And hit from behind. Lucky to hang on to the football. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Hackett in the pressure on there for the pressure along with Jason Lund.
And we've seen it before all season, Merle. Within this red zone, Pirates defense able to make a stop here and there. We'll see here if the Pirates are able to do that yet again. I know it's a lot to ask, but they've shown it before, so I'm expecting it yet again.
2nd and goal from the 8. High snap. Ashton off right guard and pushes the pile inside the 5 down to about the 4. They're going to mark him down at the 4. And a key 3rd down here. If you keep him out of the end zone, force him into a field goal, you keep it a 7-point game.
Keep it a 7-point game for sure. And if you're ETBU here, you had this position in the 1st quarter on the other side of the field. You ran power. It worked. You had Cade Fant kind of come up in and he hit the linebacker. Doesn't look like, as of yet, he's in the game. So we'll see here what kind of formation they want to run here in this short package situation. Short yardage, should I say.
3rd and goal from the 5. Little equipment repair there for Ashton. Fans down below making noise. 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Banks in the shotgun, pistol formation. Bootleg to his right, looking, firing towards the end zone. That ball is batted away. Good coverage, 4th down.
And so if you look back at that play, Merle, they did have Fant in the game. They were trying to hit him on a quick route out of the backfield, but a Southwestern linebacker came shooting him, actually hit Fant. Didn't allow him to get the separation needed to get open in the end zone. And so Banks are just trying to find something that he could throw the ball to, and he found his receiver, but just great coverage by the Southwestern secondary, staying with their man, not allowing anything to be thrown their way and made catchable.
Elijah Norris there to bat that one away. The field goal attempt hits the upright, no good, and it's a win for the Pirate defense. Kind of a chip shot, but a rough angle. About a 22-yarder from the far hash, and he banked it off the upright.
Game of inches, Merle.
Yes,
I said it earlier. Goodness gracious. The Pirates defense once again in this 2022 season making another big stop. And because of that, Pirates are going to get the ball at the 20-yard line. It's like a touchback.
All right, let's see if the Pirates can build off of that momentum here. With 7:11 to go first half. Down by 4 after the missed field goal. Gilpin dropping back. Firing over to the right side to Wilson, looking to make a move. And wrestled down there at the 25-yard line, but a 5-yard pickup.
And what a great open field tackle there by K.J. Kelly. Wilson's shifty. If you let him make a move on you, he's going to get away from you. So a great job by Kelly kind of, shuffling his feet, not allowing, whatever Wilson was doing to get to kind of trick him and allow him to get by him.
5-yard pickup for the Pirate freshman. 2nd down and 5 from the 25. Trips wide left. Keep an eye on Wilson. He's lined up in the slot. One receiver here to the near side. Gilpin swings it out to Wilson. Oh, big hit. Wow. Holy smokes. That was Trent Scott arriving at the same time as the football, and that got the crowd pumped up. Deservedly so. What a hit.
Yeah, if you're Colby Bartlett, you're kind of, whenever that play comes on in film, you're kind of ducking in your chair a little bit because, you miss a block there, let your teammate kind of get hit like that, you're going to hear it from your coaches.
Loss of about 3 yards on the play. Sets up a 3rd and 8 from the 22. Gilpin dropping back, looking downfield. Now he's got a little bit of running room, and he's going to fire over the left side. Complete at the 35-yard line. Good for a first down. Coming back, helping out his quarterback is Joey Robinson. He had a big game last week.
And Joey Robinson, after his appearance on SU Football Weekly this Monday, has a lot more fans, I think, now, considering, all of his great answers and everything like that. You said he was my roomie, Merle. He wasn't my roomie. We were just teammates.
I thought you said he was.
No. He was just my teammate. He was a freshman when I was a senior. My roomie was a guy named Tate Shore. He was on the football team. Shout out to Big Tate Shore. His team is 5-0. Susquehanna out there in Pennsylvania. Won 17-12 today over a good D3 football team. I don't know the name of them. But big shout out to my old roomie, Tate Shore. That's my boy.
Timeout taken by the Pirates. I don't know how the heck I got that he was a roommate from.
Nah, that's why I was like, yeah, he could have been, but no, he was a freshman when I was a senior.
It made a better story anyway.
You would have thought we were roomies the way we were just chatting it up back and forth, but now Joey's just one of the, I think, one of the cooler guys on the team. He's very open, very willing to talk to people. He's very known on campus. So Joey Robinson, like I said last week, it's just great to see him have success here in his senior season and to see the growth that he's had as a player over the past 4 years.
Yeah, I'm looking at your text right here. Joe and I used to be teammates. I don't know where I got roommates from, but
it's all good, Merle. It did make for some more interesting TV.
First down, Pirates at the 33. 5:25 to go. One receiver to the left, trips here to the near side. Gilpin dropping back, looking, pocket breaking down, and just fires that one over towards the Pirates sideline. Did have Ethan Powell in the neighborhood, but again, living to fight another day, avoiding the sack, keeping it a manageable 2nd down and 10.
And this ETBU D-line just giving Gilpin no room to breathe back there. They're getting through, and it's not that the Southwestern O-line is not getting their blocks. Yes, they're getting in front of the guys, but they're pushing him back just enough into Gilpin's face where it's making him uncomfortable, not allowing him to have time in the pocket to read through his progressions and make the decisions that he needs to make as a quarterback.
2nd down and 10 from the 33. Gilpin, low snap, rolling to his right, going to tuck it under, and now this time he's going to go down. Just nowhere to go with the football. Good coverage downfield. And that time getting in there with the pressure was Joey Verrett for the sack, and it brings up a 3rd down and 14 from back at the 29.
And a lot of people wonder, well, how do you stop a quarterback like Gilpin who, whenever he gets into open space like that, he just finds a way to get positive yards and make positive plays happen. If you can have a linebacker like that who can run down a play and chase down the quarterback when he's trying to make something happen, that's how you do it. You have to have athletic linebackers and linebackers who stay in and don't, misread or not do their assignments correctly.
Gilpin dropping back there. Rush 3 this time. Good protection. Fires over to the left side and climbing the ladder as Wilson makes the catch at the 39-yard line. They're going to give him the catch, but still a couple yards shy of the first down. Going to bring up a 4th and 4. But at least they get some field position back here if they elect to punt it away, which is what they will do.
And here in the second quarter, Southwestern offense hasn't gotten past midfield. They started off hot, and they've kind of simmered down here.
Yeah. Game of adjustments. Good snap back. Oh, dropped it. And Robinson just going to fall on it at the 33-yard line. Just a tough break there. Just fell out of his hands.
You know, you said good snap, Merle. To me, it looked like it was a little wobbly getting back there. But I thought it wasn't going to matter. So I looked down, and then I look back up, and I see Lancaster on the ground.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So that gives ETBU great field position. Instead of being pinned down inside their own 20, they've got the ball now at the Southwestern 33. So the Pirate defense is going to be called on to make another stand. They forced a missed field goal last drive. See what they can do here in this final 4:08. This is a key moment of this football game. One receiver wide left, 2 to the near side. Banks, handoff up the middle. And Hamilton, that's actually Ashton again, is going to be thrown for a loss back at the 35-yard line. I wonder where Hamilton's at. Loss at 2, 2nd and 12. Don't forget the email is open. Voice of the Vipers. SouthwesternFB@gmail.com.
This isn't Friday night, Merle.
Yeah.
This is Saturday night. This is college football.
SouthwesternFB@gmail.com. To receivers wide right, 1 to the near side. Got a reverse coming up here. The Pirates read it well. Can they get to it? They can't. Knocked out of bounds. Kept it to a minimal game. They got the corner turn, but good pursuit there by the Pirate defense. That was Peyton Vaughn along with Blaine Corkin. They read that one well and kept that one to about a 6-yard pickup, 3rd and 5.
No, 100%. Back to my earlier point, how important it is to read your keys. If you look at that, a lot of misdirection in the backfield, but you saw the pulling, tackling guard on the right side come to the left side of the field, and Alec Gomez, Peyton Vaughn read that. They were able to flow to the play correctly.
Pass swung out to the right side, complete to the 32-yard line, and met immediately. Loss of 2 yards on the play. Corkin, the first one to get to him. He kind of squirted out of that tackle, but by that time the cavalry arrived. It's going to bring up a 4th and long. I think if they pick up a couple yards, they go for it on 4th down. It looks like they might still here at the 30 be a 47-yard field goal.
They might not trust their kicker after he missed that 27 yard earlier. And they don't have the leg of McMurray's kicker, it seems like, who last week hit a 50-plus yarder.
So 4th and 7 from the 30. Pirate defense with a chance to make another stand here on the short field. Dropping back, Banks. Good protection, trying to set up a screen pass, complete to the 30. And spins free. He's going to be short. He's going to be short. He needed 7. It looks like he got 5 or 6. Yes, turnover on downs. It was close, but they did just enough.
Literally a yard short. Just enough. If it's easy, it is cheesy, Merle. And ETBU is loving the screen right now. If you're Southwestern, yes, it's good to be aggressive. But at one point or another, you do have to, kind of recognize that the linemen aren't blocking you fully, that they're going out a lot, and kind of read that and work to that.
Banks has kind of shot-putted it out there, had a little bit of hang time, and that gave the defense a little extra time to get over to it as well.
And it'll be a 2-minute drill here. 2 minutes, 3 seconds left for the Pirates offense.
First down at the 24-yard line. Drop it back, side on fling here to the near side to Wilson at the 30-yard line. Couldn't get out of bounds. Picks up about 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4.
And that's Wilson's like 6th catch tonight. He's Landry's favorite receiver as of right now. And he's made some great catches in traffic and on the sidelines too. So if I'm Landry, I'm going to keep throwing it to him.
2nd down and 4 from the 29. Dropping back, Gilpin. Pump fake, fires over the right side, complete, and that's going to be good for a first down out to the 38-yard line with forward progress as he finds Ethan Powell, and the Pirates move the chains.
That's the first time we're putting a catch next to Ethan Powell's name. You know, they tried to throw to him on the first drive, weren't able to connect, but he's also someone that Landry needs to look to, given just his advantage with his size.
Trips wide left, one to the near side, Gilpin. First down at the 38-yard line. Gilpin rolling left, and this time he's going to be hit in the backfield and drop for a loss back to the 30, and that will slow down the drive for sure.
Jacamian Carr right there just bullied his way into the backfield, pushing back the Southwestern O-lineman and making a big stop there for his team, and the clock's still running.
Under a minute to go. And now you might just think about running out the clock here and not doing anything crazy.
You do get the ball to start the second half, so if you're Coach Austin, maybe that's what you're thinking. But I feel like here, 45 seconds left, he's going to try for a big play,
He's going to take a shot.
Yeah. And he maybe get into field goal range. Who knows? He's going to try here, though. I feel it.
2nd and 16. They spread it out. Trips to the near side, 2 wide left. Gilpin, the empty back. Pocket breaking down, rolling to his left. Got some running room, and he will scamper out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. To set up a 3rd down at about 12. Stops the clock with 28 seconds to go.
And obviously that's not what Coach Austin thought of when he thought of like a big play happening on that one. And you wonder if he would rather have Landry stay in bounds and go down inbounds so he doesn't stop the clock. Nevertheless, 3rd and long here with 28 seconds left for the Pirates.
So 3rd down coming up. 2 receivers near side, 2 wide left. 3rd down at about 15 from the 33. Handoff up the middle. Nice hole. And Sam LeBeau back near the original line of scrimmage. And a little shaken up. It looks like he's going to get up okay. And a timeout taken, it looks like, by ETBU. That's their 3rd timeout, I believe.
And if ETBU is able to do something here, yeah, going back to that last play, you do wish Landry stayed inbounds because that would have wasted their last timeout.
Right.
And would have ended the quarter there, given the fact they wouldn't have had any.
Nikki Creasel writing in, says, Coach Creasel's wife wants to give a shout out to her mom, Lynn, in Prior Lake, Minnesota. Happy birthday, Mom. Let's go Pirates. Very nice. Thank you, Nikki. SouthwesternFB@gmail.com. But it's cooler up in Minnesota than it is in Texas right now.
It is way cooler up there. And, you know, Coach Creasel, longtime coach for the Pirates, he's also was a really good college football player, too. I want to say he was inducted into his college's Hall of Fame for everything he did for them. So if we're giving people flowers, that's a guy you want to give his flowers to, bro. Coach Creasel.
Yeah, Lancaster set to punt this one away from the 25-yard line with 24 ticks on the clock here. Good snap back. And a high booming punt over here to the near sideline. Angles out of bounds. And ETBU will have 17 seconds and no timeouts to work with. Pirates trying to protect a 4-point deficit here, not fall any further behind.
I'm watching screens and I'm watching inside runs. If you're the Pirates defense, that's where ETBU has found a lot of big plays coming from.
2 receivers wide right, 2 to the near side. Banks. Complete, and a little shuttle hook and ladder play here. The 45, and the Pirates ready for it. They do pick up about 12 yards. As they dumped it off underneath to Caleb Bryant. He shuttled it to Malik Hamilton, who's back in the ballgame. They pick up 12 yards, but the Pirates defended that pretty well.
I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a hook and ladder in a real game, Merle.
That actually worked?
Yeah, ETBU pulling out some tricks here, trying to get at least into field goal range before the half ends.
10 seconds left. They got the ball at the Pirate 48-yard line. Trips wide right, 1 to the near side. Banks dropping back. Pressure coming from the edge. Pass underneath, and they're going to do it again. And the Pirates get to him again. Boy, that was very close to being a horse collar or a face mask. But he got him And that's going to be the end of the first half as Elijah Norris staying home. Back-to-back hook and ladders comes to nothing. That's 14-10 at the half.
14-10 at the half, for sure.
Let's see if we can find Chuck and see if we can grab Coach over there. I see you, Chuck. Now I just got to find you on the camera. Take it away, sir. I'll find you.
All right, Coach. Pretty good battle here in the first half. The few mistakes. Looks like the Tigers are trying to slow down your defensive rush. What can the Pirates do to adjust and slow down that attack?
It's boring. We got to play better. They give a couple long plays, which I don't think we should have. And we just got to be more consistent on offense, and we had some special teams miscues. So, like last week, I don't think we played great, and we're still right here. So we're in a good position. We just got to play a better second half.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, Chuck.
All right, Merrill.
Yeah, I'll keep it to you, Chuck. First quarter, second quarter, a little bit different animals. The Pirates really clicking as they came out off the bus. But things kind of slowed down a little bit in the second quarter. What was the mood like on the sideline? What were your takeaways?
I think the mood's about the same as it was pregame. It's very workmanlike down here. The defense stepped up big twice in the second quarter, forced a field goal that obviously bounced off the upright, got another stop. The offense needs to kind of pick up their side of the ball and keep the defense off the field as best they can here in the second half.
Let's meet our ASC
Well, thank you, and I bet you're glad the sun has gone down. It sure is a lot nicer up here without staring into that.
On the women's side.
Well, by the post-game interviews, I might have a little chattering teeth. I can tell it's going to get pretty cool out here. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Chuck.
Back to you, Merle.
14-10 your score. We'll take an extended break. We just got the stats. Will give us a chance to look those over. And we'll be back for halftime here at ETBU in Marshall. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football. Well, we got an email here. We'll get that out before we go. On southwesternfb@gmail.com. Says, hi, my name is Grady Sexton. I'd like to shout out Mama Sexton, number 3's mom. Also, if you could get a few more targets, that'd be great. We can give you a shout out. We can't control the targeting, but
I wish I could send in plays. I'd be like an offensive coordinator up here. My job is just to talk.
Exactly.
I don't send in plays.
So thank you, Grady. SouthwesternFB@gmail.com. We'll take a break and be back for the halftime festivities. You're watching Southwestern Pirate Football on the Vype Live Broadcast Network.
To become ETBU's first track and field male All-American.
Vlog number one. Well, first off, thank you for being here.
Jordan Battles leaps over the defender.
Crosby's second state championship appearance.
How does that sound?
show. Enjoy Hawaii 5-0. Initial reaction was slow, but the song went on to reach number 9 on the Billboard charts. We hope you enjoy Cake by the Ocean. Known for their vocal harmonies and musical ingenuity, the Beach Boys were one of the most influential rock bands of all time. The Tiger Band closes with the Beach Boys' first #1 hit single, I Get Around. The ETBU Tiger Band is under the direction of Dr. Nathan Phillips. The ETBU players are under the direction of Mrs. Madison Burns. Now enjoy Tiger Prom and the second half of the game.
Vlog number one. Well, first off, thank you for being here.
Jordan Battles reach over the defender.
Crosby's second state championship appearance.
How does that sound?
We want to take this time to thank you, ETBU Athletics corporate sponsors, Marshall Ford and Maverick Chevrolet, Texas Bank and Trust, Whataburger, Hometown Tire, Tennessee Sports Construction, Sharon Williams, Juicy's Hamburgers and Juicy Tacos, Pizza Hut, Wisteria Garden Bed and Breakfast, Auto Body Express, and Subway. Thank you for your support of ETBU Athletics.
And welcome back to Southwestern Pirates football on Vype Live. Nice halftime festivities here at Marshall, Texas, on the campus of East Texas Baptist University. Nice job there by their marching band. Merle Burchett along with TJ Vela, Josh Blanche, our producer, Jacob Gonzalez, running camera, and Chuck Tracy over on the sidelines. Rosie Vega, our QA, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast, make sure that we're looking and sounding as good as we possibly can. And 14-10 your score here. And TJ, you heard Coach say when he talked to Chuck there heading into the locker room, they just got to play better. They're right in this football game on the road.
Right in this football game indeed, Merle. And the big thing is, we talked about this at halftime. It's a very hard-nosed game. It's a very defensive-oriented game. You know, you can see in the score right now, 14-10. You can see in the stats, not a lot happening in terms of gaining yardage. So right now, I think what Coach Austin, he didn't want to single anyone out, but if anyone needs to play better, it is the offense in that second quarter. Kind of lacking throughout that entire quarter. A lot of 3-and-outs, not moving the ball past midfield. So, yes, the defense, they can play better too. Obviously, you can get better in a lot of different areas of your game. But right now, offense, if they can come out in this first drive, they're going to get the ball to start. They can come out, put the ball in the end zone. That's going to be huge moving into the rest of this game here.
Yeah, it kind of set the tone for the entire second half to see if they can get the lead back and hold it. They've led 3-0, led 10-7. ETBU has come back on them a couple of times. First downs, let's see here, 11-7 in favor of the Tigers. Total yardage, thank you, sir, 225 for ETBU, 135 for Southwestern. Individual numbers here, Landry Gilpin, 10 out of 20, 103 yards with a touchdown. Jojo Wilson, the leading receiver, you called it, 6 catches for 66 yards. Running back by committee, Miriam with 18, Tesegui and LeBlue with 13. For East Texas Baptist, again, they only have Malik Hamilton, the leading rusher, with 38 yards. That quarterback, Cornelius Banks, 10 of 17 with a touchdown and an interception. So, defensive-dominated football game as the score reflects.
As much as it is defense, too, there's only been one turnover.
That's true.
It's just been that one interception. So, it's literally just defense on both sides making stops and forcing the offense to punt the ball away.
So the Pirates will get the football first to start the second half. The sun is set, and it's turned into a beautiful, if cool, evening here in Marshall.
And the sunset looks very nice over that tree line. If you can show that, Merle.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm not sure how much was going. It doesn't do bad.
You know, I've been talking down on East Texas ever since we stepped foot off the car. But if y'all get sunsets like this all the time,
yeah,
okay, over the tree line, okay, I can understand it.
You can see there the no grandstand, which we've been talking about, kind of one of the quirks of this stadium, but a full house here. And ETBU set to kick off here to start the third quarter, and we are underway. And that ball is on the carpet, and looks like the Tigers may have fallen on it at the 22-yard line. Boy, oh boy, what a disastrous start. It just ricocheted off the shoulder pads and right into the waiting clutches of an oncoming Tiger. And ETBU with a big break here to start the second half.
That's a tough break for the Pirates, Merle. And, you know, they had, in the second quarter, they had the kickoff that went over the head of the Southwestern receiver. And I guess he didn't want that to happen again. He tried fielding this and took a few steps back and never looked sure of himself, and just bounces off his hands and like straight into the arms of a waiting ETBU player.
So the Tigers take over first down and 10 at the Southwestern 22-yard line, going from left to right after the turnover on the kickoff. Hand off, and they stumble on the exchange. You're going to be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. No gain in the play. That helps out a little bit. If you can hold them to a field goal here, you kind of ride out the storm. Second down coming up.
If the football gods are real and they're nice, you'll see hopefully a turnover by ETBU and the Pirates able to get the ball back. But the football gods, you never know what they're going to do.
That's Devian Wilson listed as a tight end. He's in a running back right now for the Tigers to start the second half. Second down and 11, back to the 23-yard line. Banks gives it to him again off the right side, and he runs right into a wall of Pirate defenders. About 2 or 3 of them there. Lund there, the first one to get to him. They give him line of scrimmage, so third and long coming up.
Some new looks here by ETBU. Haven't really seen them run that package yet. Haven't really seen them run these types of plays, and the Pirates able to stop it early and set up a long third down.
Third down and 11 from the 23. Just underway second half, 14-10 ETBU on top of Southwestern. Pirates trying to dodge a big bullet here, but they got to get it off the field here in this 3rd and long. Banks in the shotgun. Got Wilson lined up to his right side. Banks dropping back, pressure coming up the middle, and that's got to be a hole, but I don't see a flag. Fire to the right side, caught at the 12-yard line, but out of bounds. Boy, Hackett almost was undressed coming in there on the pressure.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't call that if you're the head official. Had to look right into it, and Hackett, had the pressure. He probably would have had a sack had he not been held, but
I agree.
No call from the official. But the football gods alive and well today. Pirates able to force a field goal here for ETBU.
This will be a 40-yarder from the right hash. He clanked one off the crossbar a few moments ago off the upright. Let's see what happens here. Low snap, good hold, kick is up. Got the leg, does it have the accuracy? It does. Nice bounce back by their kicker. And it's Christian Piazza to drill it through.
He's hype. I haven't seen a kicker get that hype in a long time.
So a 40-yard field goal extends the Tiger lead to 17-10.
Kickers are people too, Merle.
Yes, they are. So I've heard.
A lot of people don't like to think so, but they have feelings. They like to get excited sometimes.
Linda Zenche writing in says, welcome back, Merle. Lynn and Ed from Prior Lake, Minnesota, still cheering on the Pirates, and our son-in-law, Coach Kriesel. Go Pirates.
You got fans,
Thank you,
Merle.
folks.
You got fans. I love it.
It is so much fun doing Southwestern football. So happy to be back.
You talked earlier on our car ride how you've done Vandergrift for 10+ years. You went away for a little bit for Southwestern, but you're back now this year. You're kind of like the voice of the Pirates when you think of it. So you're the voice for Vandergrift and Southwestern.
I'll take it.
I know. Like that's a good gig.
Missed it those 4 years. Got to get 7 points here. We get it away in this 3rd quarter. The kickoff back to the 10. Fielded cleanly this time up to the 15 to the 20. Nice return out to the 25 to the 30. Still pushing the pile forward all the way out to the 34, 35-yard line. Elijah Norris, he's a speedster. He played a nice defensive back there at the end of the first half to poke away a potential touchdown pass. And you saw the speed there. Sets the Pirate table here at the 36-yard line.
And he had an interception in the first quarter. Almost took it to the house. He would have been in the end zone had he not stepped out of bounds. So like you said, a speedster. He's shown it a lot this season.
Good job of that Pirate defense. 4 plays, 1 yard on the drive after the muff kickoff.
Yeah, I felt like we were just on the kickoff, and we went right back to it. I felt like nothing happened.
Gilpin dropping back, looking, rolling right, firing over to the right side, and incomplete. Good coverage out there as they try to get it out to Powell. Falls incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Great crowd in hand. There are very few empty seats. Students on the berm over by the clubhouse. Trips here to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Nice hole, but it closes quickly. About a 3-yard pickup there for the Pirates. That was Marion on the carry.
And one thing ETBU's done well so far in this game is they've held all of the running backs for Southwestern in check. You haven't really heard, we've heard of Sam LeBlue, we've heard of Jaquan Marion, but we haven't really, seen them and what they can actually do. We haven't seen that full potential yet like we've seen throughout the season, them breaking off big plays. Early on in the first quarter, we saw Marion, bounce off a couple tackles here and there, but since then, haven't really been able to see it too much.
Marion with 18 yards. The other 2 running backs with 13 each as Gilpin rolling bootleg over here to the left side and incomplete. A sliding attempt made by JoJo Wilson. Almost made a spectacular catch, but it's going to be a 3 and out here for the Pirate offense.
And after the muffed kickoff, that's not how you would like to see your offense come out when they have the opportunity to make something happen for their, for themselves. But a good job there by Gilpin, avoiding the sack, avoiding a loss, and giving his team just better field position to take this punt here.
Lancaster set to hit this one from about the 30-yard line. Goes in that back.
Offsides.
Oh, almost. It was blocked. It was blocked, and there's a flag down, however. Maybe And a scramble for it at the 39-yard line. So a lot going on there. It looks like the Tigers got it back. But let's check the flag. You thought they were offsides?
It looked like the defensive line for ETBU was jumping, and the middle official called at the umpire. So we'll see here what they are going to say went on. If it was a false start, they would have blew the play dead.
So a legal motion on the defense. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, so a big rule, especially in regards to field goals and punts, is that they can't line up in front of the center on punts. And so right there, ETBU did, and they're going to call that every single time. And typically you never see it called because the referee's right there saying, hey, don't line up in front of the center.
Yeah.
And that time, I guess ETBU just has a little brain fart.
So the 5-yard penalty, not enough for the first down, makes it 4th and 3. But more importantly, Lancaster will get another crack at it here. Hopefully the protection will be a little bit better, and it is. And a low line drive squib kick. That's going to take a pirate roll at the 25, and it's going to roll dead down to the 23-yard line. Oh, they let it roll back on 2 yards. Usually when they stand around watching football, it's because it's rolling the right way. But still a pretty good punt for Lancaster. Flips the field, and ETBU will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Defense got to go to work again.
Didn't get a long break. Their offense went 3 and out. So we'll see here if ETBU can take advantage of that.
2 receivers left, one to the near side for Banks, the freshman quarterback. Handoff juggled, but they managed to hang on to it and get it out to about the 29-yard line for about a 3 or 4 yard pickup. A little trouble on the exchange there. Little running back by committee is Jaden Thomas, yet another running back coming in. That's the 4th running back that I've seen back there for ETBU.
And Malik McDonald in that one got the tackle, did a really good job of fighting off the block of the right tackle and fighting inside to make a play in that seat in that B gap.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 29. Banks hands it off up the middle again, and the hole closes quickly this time. Digging for positive yardage, though. Managed to claw his way out to the 32-yard line. Going to set up a key 3rd down and 4 here. Corkin getting up from the bottom of the pile.
And ETBU has been running the ball a little bit more than usual here, Merle. They haven't, they passed once on that previous drive, but they've been running the ball 1st and 2nd down and getting close to the markers. Haven't been able to do much with it yet. So we'll see here if they want to stay on the ground or maybe go in the air.
Thomas stays in the backfield along with Banks. They play action to him, dump it off left side, fighting through the block, and going to pick up the 1st down and more out to the 38-yard line. Well-designed play, got him out in space with a blocker in front of him, and it's enough to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, and Fant right there is just such a big body that one guy's not going to be able to bring him down. He was able to get past that 1st tackle and get the 1st down for ETBU. A nice play-action pass there from the offense.
So Tigers pick it up, 1st down at their own 39-yard line. 1 receiver wide left, 2 to the near side. Handoff up the middle and across the 40, falls forward to about the 42. Gain of 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
And so the 3rd time in a row on 1st down, ETBU runs it, gets 3 yards. We'll see here on 2nd now if they want to continue keeping it on the ground. It could be a good little series for them if they can keep that rhythm going.
2nd and 7 from the 42. Same formation, 1 receiver left, 2 to the near side. Banks going to keep it himself right side, and he's going to go down, crashing in. Backside was Corrigan, and he got a hold of Banks for a big loss back to the 37-yard line.
And the acceleration from Corrigan right there. He was standing flat-footed, it looked like, and then out of nowhere, just boom, he saw the hole and hit Banks hard. And Banks looks like he's feeling it.
He took a ding earlier in the 1st quarter when the Pirates are getting all sorts of pressure on him. So 3rd down and 11, a chance to get off the field here. 2 receivers left, 1 to the near side.
And watch Fant in the backfield behind the right tackle here. He's known to go across the field, and he does so right there.
Banks rolling to his left, firing over the center of the field. That ball is going to be intercepted at the 40 to the 45. to the 50, down to the 45-yard line. That was Perez wearing number 27 tonight. Patrick Nicholas, pardon me, wearing number 27. And when that ball left his hands, I could tell he was the only guy that was going to come down with that football. The big turnover here for the Pirate defense.
Nicholas forgot his jersey tonight, but he didn't forget his gloves. A big interception there for the Pirates defense. Sets him up on the ETBU side of the field. If you're the Southwestern offense, this is your moment.
Exactly.
This is your opportunity. You need to take advantage of it.
9:04 to go, third quarter. Down by 7. You've got the ball in the Tiger 45. One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Gilpin. Counter play to LeBlue. And he's going to get maybe to the line of scrimmage. Fell forward for about a yard to the 44. Nice job by the Tiger defense to string that out.
Yeah, the fact that LeBlue was able to get anything right there is just awesome because, like you just said, the Tiger defense was in there. They smelt it out. They weren't going to let the Southwestern offense get anything there. And there was just no room to run if you're the pulling tackle on the left side. He kind of just got hit by the defender shooting in.
Second down and 9 from the 44. Gilpin, high snap, handoff up the middle, shutting off tacklers, and going to be dropped back near the original line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. Will be LeBlue. At that time coming in, big number 92 for them is Colby Walker.
And that was another counter play there, but they had Joey Robinson, the tight end, pulling. But again, ETBU, just great scouting report, didn't allow the Pirates offense to get anything right there.
Now he's setting up a third down and 10 once again from the 45-yard line. Pirates send 3 receivers wide right, 2 to the near side, so the empty back set here for Gilpin. Quarterback draw. That's my prediction. Dropping back. Nope, I'm wrong. So what else is new? Fires over the center of the field. That ball's intercepted. Kind of threw that one up into traffic. And the safety coming on, number 28, Kenneth Bradley. Cut in front of the intended target and hauls it in, and back-to-back turnovers gives the ball back to the Tigers.
And that's something that we haven't seen today a whole lot of. Gilpin just throwing the ball up. You know, we've seen it throughout the season. He'll just take a chance, and his receivers can sometimes come down with the ball. But right there, great job by ETBU secondary, just staying with their assignments and not allowing that to happen and getting the pick there. So a pick for a pick.
Yep, exactly. The Pirates take over at their own 40-yard line. Banks handoff up the middle, and the hole closes quickly after about a 3-yard pickup. Going to bring up a second down and 7.
Another 3-yard run on first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, Hamilton back in now. He had the carry that time as they've been shuttling running backs in. Second down and 7. Give it to Hamilton again, left side. Cutting it back up to the 45 and knocked down at the 48. Going to bring up a third down and 2. Hackett involved on the stop.
In Southwestern, they're making subs, and ETBU didn't sub at all, so they didn't need to wait for Southwestern to allow their subs to come in. You only have to wait if you made subs on offense to allow the defense to set up.
Handoff Hamilton left side, trying to get the corner turn, and maybe going to pin in the spot. Boy, it's going to be close. It's right at the 50. They gave it to him. Pirates strung it out pretty well, but Hamilton probably with the right hand leaning across the line to break the play and to pick up the first down.
Yeah, it was that last-ditch effort by Hamilton, stretching out and diving over the first down marker, which allowed him to pick it up there for his team.
So first down at the 50-yard line, ball in the far hash, resting right on top the Tiger logo here at midfield. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Banks dropping back. Hit from behind, stays on his feet, but goes down anyway. Second wave. Getting credit for the sack will be Malik McDonald. First one to get to him. Somehow he got out of the attempted sack attempt from Reyna. Or that's not Reyna, that's Alexander Gomez, pardon me.
Yeah, and I think Banks has a guardian angel watching over him or something, because Alexander Gomez smelt blood right there. And I don't know how. Banks somehow ducked under it, but still, luckily enough for the Pirates, able to get the sack there to force a long second down play.
Could have been a fumble very easily. Second down and 16 back at the 44. Banks, handoff, left side, and nothing there. Maybe a yard.
And Gomez again, Merle. The way he shoots into gaps is absolutely fun to see.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me of a lot of great Southwestern linebackers that I've had the pleasure of knowing and being teammates with. Guys like Ben Brockman, defensive ends like Garrett Womack, Justin Broussard, people like that on defense. Like the way he's playing right now, you know, you might see him in those conversations, you know, when it's all said and done.
Big third down here, 3rd and 15 from the 45. Quick drop. Banks, pressure breaking around him. Going to take off and run for it to the 50, to the 45, and he's going to pump the balls out. The Pirates get it back at the 35, coming up the far sideline and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And a flag comes in late. Boy, you want to talk about a lot going on. A nice scramble by Banks, had the first down, but the ball poked out. Pirates pick it up, and now we'll check the flag.
And I don't think our camera was on it, but I'm thinking it was an unsportsmanlike conduct or an unnecessary roughness in regards to Banks being on the floor. And we're going to take an official's timeout here. And this could spell trouble for the Pirates, or it could be a block in the back, you know, as it's in that area over there.
Maybe a blindside block. They're really keeping an eye on that kind of thing.
That too. But I think either way here, the Pirates are going to come up with the ball, and they're going to have possession no matter what happens here with this call.
What a run by Banks, though, to get out of trouble and pick up the first down momentarily.
He did everything besides hold on to the football.
Yeah.
Block in the back.
Well, all things considered, you'll take it.
Yeah.
You hate the penalty, but you get the football.
Yeah, you hate having to give up those yards, but you made the stop, and I think ETBU would have went for that on 4th down there.
I agree.
So it's very fortuitous for the Pirates that they were able to get the ball there on a turnover. Their 3rd of the game, might I add.
So it'll be Southwestern football at the 27, moving from right to left with 4:51 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Been a defensive slobber knocker so far. Gilpin in the shotgun. High snap, takes it, rolls to his left, fires over to the left side, and incomplete to it behind JoJo Wilson. Joey Barrett on the coverage. Gonna bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Wilson right there pleading his case to the middle referee there. Barrett kind of got his hands in there a little quickly on JoJo's shoulders, kind of turned him, but it was just like subtle enough to where the referee's never going to call that. They're going to call the stuff that really makes you say, oh, wow, that definitely passed interference. But all Barrett did there was just slightly turn the shoulders of JoJo a little too much where he wasn't able to catch the ball.
2nd down and 10 from the 27-yard line. Counter play off the right side, bouncing to the outside, across the 30, blowing away. Sam LeBlue, 35 to the 39-yard line. Sam LeBlue seems to be more of a speedster, get around the edge guy. At that time, he lowered the shoulder and plowed out for a 1st down.
Sam LeBlue following his blockers, making a play happen and lowering his shoulder. Chill beast coming up on and laying the wood on the offensive side. I love it.
1st down, Pirates at the 40-yard line. It's 13-yard pickup there. Trips here to the near side. Gilpin, high snap, goes and climbs the ladder, gives it a little blue again. Nice throw off the right tackle into Tiger territory, or not quite Tiger territory, out to the 48-yard line. Got ahead of myself. I'm trying to predict the future. He picked up 7, 2nd and 3.
And it's kind of like a video game, right, Merle? Like when people get hot, people get hyped up. LeBlue's got the juice right now.
Yep.
I think if you're Coach Austin, you're Coach Mass, the offensive coordinator, you're feeding the ball right now. The offensive line, they're feeling it too. They're feeding off the energy of LeBlue. You keep it going here and keep this train moving.
Gain of 7. 2nd down and 3 from the 47. One receiver wide right, trips to the near side. Gilpin, handoff up the middle. And, Gilpin took it himself. Everybody collapsing on Sam LeBlue. Gilpin came out of the pocket with the football and picked up the 1st down across the 50-yard line.
Gilpin knows it's the first day of October. Playing a little bit of tricks on you there, Merle.
Yeah, no kidding. I would rather be wrong and have the 1st down.
100%. I feel you on that one.
So now the Pirates are into Tiger territory at the 49-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 1 split wide right. Counter play again to the blue. Around the right side. Gets a corner turn to the 45, all the way down to the 42-yard line. He is really gashing this Tiger defense. And good job by the offensive line. Another 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4.
The big left tackle, number 60, Anderson Johnson, the junior out of Cypress, Texas, leading the way for the blue right there. Great job by the big man on the left side.
2nd and 6 from the 43-yard line. One receiver right, two to the near side. Handoff. The blue going to try the left side. Gets a nice block on the edge, but what a smash hit. Wow. Gain of a yard or two, but he paid the price. That was Jaden Thomas coming in. He's listed as a running back. Didn't play like a running back on that play. That couldn't have been him. That 28.
It was number 4, Trent Scott.
I wasn't even close.
Yeah, number 4, Trent Scott. That was who made the play there.
Well, that's not surprising. He's made a few of those tonight.
Yep. And I'm going to be honest, that was a huge hit. And both teams right now hitting hard.
3rd down and 3. Gilpin dropping back. Under pressure, rolling to his right. Gets free. Directing traffic. Firing with the right side. Good for a 1st down as he finds JoJo Wilson all alone up the far sideline. And boy, Gilpin just ran him his way out of trouble and found Wilson over on the far sideline.
Gilpin just seems like every single Saturday, I think he's about to get sacked for 10 yards, and he somehow gets out of it. I don't know how he keeps doing this, but the Pirates now even deeper into Tiger territory. Another 1st down. Doing a good job here on this drive so far.
Drive started back at the 23-yard line. They've got it now at the Tiger 33. Empty back set for Gilpin. Pressure coming from the edge. He's in trouble. And gets... that ball was intercepted on the far sideline, it looks like, at the 35. And the drive is going to stall out with a Tiger interception. That reminded me of the play last week where he was rolling to his right and trying to throw it away and just didn't quite get enough on it.
Yeah, and last week, I mean, at least you could say he was trying to throw it away. I think right there he was trying to do a little too much. There was a receiver in the area, but he was heavily guarded by ETBU's corner. And just a tough break for the Pirates after they just got another turnover.
So the Tigers will take over 1st down and 10, coming from left or right at the 35-yard line. 4 receivers here to the near side. 1 wide left, Banks in the empty back. Quick drop, swings it out right side, and Hamilton is going to be dropped immediately, probably lose a yard or two. Lund right there arrived at about the same time as the football did. It's going to be a loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
So 4 turnovers now, Merle. You had the interception by ETBU, then you had the interception by Southwestern on the other drive, and then the fumble by ETBU, and then now that interception. So the 3rd quarter here, the story is just a bunch of turnovers. And then you have the muffed,
I was just going to say that.
Kick, too, to start the quarter.
2nd and 12, inside of a minute to go. Banks, handoff up the middle. Hamilton runs right into Hackett, and Hackett just kind of engulfed him. Going to bring up a 3rd down and about 11 from the 34.
So depending on which way you lean politically, it's either a great defensive showing or sloppy offense.
Right. Well, the way things are in the world, I bet you ask that question, you get a 50-50 answer.
I guess so. Who knows?
3rd and 11 from the 34. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Chance to get off the field again. Pirate defense playing their guts out, keeping this team in the game.
And the game clock is the same as the play clock. A play will get off here before the end of the 3rd.
Banks dropping back. Firing over the right side. Got a receiver open over the middle of the field. Caught down to the 41-yard line. For the first time tonight, they find Omar Huntington. Or check that, that's Cade Fant, the tight end. And that'll be good for a Tiger 1st down, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. So 45 minutes in the books, 15 minutes left in this one. And Chuck Crazy down there on the sideline. I see you down there at about the 18-yard line, Chuck. Man, you better get out of the way because this defense is going to come after you.
Yeah, I'm watching where things are going, and it's there are collision after collision down here. TJ is right. Both teams bringing everything they have, especially on the defensive. But some of the blocks have been devastating as well. This is really a battle of attrition. We'll see who has the intestinal fortitude to pull this out.
All right, thank you, Chuck. Yeah, this has been a fun football game, especially if you do like defense. So the teams flip sides. We head to the fourth quarter. A one-possession game. Tigers have had the Pirates number for 9 straight games. Southwestern trying to change that total here.
And this has been the best opportunity, in all my years of following and being a part of Southwestern football. This has been the closest and toughest game that I've seen the Pirates play with ETBU.
First down and 10. Tigers going from right to left, and a handoff up the middle. Nothing there. Maybe a yard or two for Hamilton. And it's going to bring up a second down and 9 from the 42-yard line.
And Nick Hackett, just the big man, the fifth-year senior from Lone Oak, Texas, plugging up that hole, not allowing the running back to go anywhere there.
Second down and 9 from the 42. One receiver wide right, trips here to the near side. Pirates showing blitz from the edge, now they drop out of it. He's trying to set up a screen pass. They complete it to the 45 to the 40. And knocked down to the 36-yard line. Going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down. Hamilton on the carry after the catch. Gomez on the stop for the Pirates.
There's going to be an ice shortage in Marshall, Texas, and in Georgetown, Texas. With all these hard hits, these offensive players are going to be needing a lot of ice baths, Merle.
3rd and 3. They're probably in 4-down territory here at the 36-yard line with a 7-point lead. Take them one play at a time. Banks in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Looking for running room, and he spins inside the 35 down to the 32. That's probably enough for the first down. Devian Wilson, again, listed as a tight end. He ran that ball like a tight end there. A little shaken up in the play, but he gets up.
Definitely ran that ball like a tight end. The Southwestern defense had him. They had him before the first down markers, but just that second effort from Wilson, it's just enough to help him pick up the first down for his team.
First and 10 at the Pirate 32. Wilson again off right tackle. This time hit inside the 30 and dropped down at the 29-yard line. About a 3-yard pickup. We'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Peyton Vaughn in the stop. Nothing fancy here, just grinding it out.
Running time off the clock. A score here.
That'd be tough.
It's going to make it it's a tough comeback. The Pirates have done it before, but it'll be a tough comeback.
Handoff straight up the middle this time. Blowing the shoulder. Breaking inside the 20 to the 15, all the way down to the 12-yard line. Wilson again. I said nothing fancy. That was nothing fancy in all caps. Just a handoff right up the gut.
For the old souls, that's just football to them.
Yeah. And the Pirates caught with 12 guys on the field. Got a timeout, however. Coach Austin saw it developing and quickly called the timeout. That'll be the Pirates' first timeout with 12:31 left in regulation time. Down by 7, but ETBU in the red zone and in danger of taking that 2-score lead. It's been a fun football game, TJ.
It's been a fun one for sure, Merle. And this is like, no matter the outcome here, there's a lot of positive takeaways from this game, I think. I think the defense has just stepped up. They've played a great game overall. They've shown just the ability to go after the football and make plays in the backfield. Yeah, there's some hiccups here and there, but they've done a really good job overall. And then with the offense, you've shown some potential. You've shown some bright spots. But again, just like some of the other games, been some low lights to where there's some spots where we can improve. But game's not over. A lot of time left. 12 minutes, 31 seconds. And we've seen it before. The Pirates defense has made some stops in the red zone. And as a Pirates fan here, I'm biased, Merle. I'm smelling another one. I'm smelling another stop here.
I like the way you're thinking. First and goal. Ball spotted at the Southwestern 13-yard line. Two receivers wide right, one to the near side. Banks in the shotgun. Handoff, right side, Wilson, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield and dropped for no gain. Good penetration there by the Pirate defense once again.
And again, that was Corkin just flying through the hole and making a tackle. They're not allowing a gain on that run.
He has been in the backfield as much as their running backs have been tonight.
Him and Gomez, can't say enough about those two right now. They've had a great game so far. As looks like there's an injured Pirate on the field.
Over there, yeah. Trying to see who that is as they tend to him. Now, while they tend to the injured Southwestern player, we will get you some scores here. It was Howard Payne over Sul Ross State, 56-42 out in Alpine. Man, this almost looks like a misprint. Mary Hardin Baylor 38, Austin College 7. I thought that'd be the first quarter score, but that's the final, 38-7.
That is very shocking, actually.
Yeah. And Hardin Simmons over McMurray, 45-13. The only other game still going on in addition to our game is TLU out in Houston taking on North American in a non-conference game tonight.
North American? What is that?
I've never even heard of that one, to be honest.
Is TLU playing like, Bishop Sycamore's type schools? what's TLU doing over there?
Pass left side and looks like it was caught at the 6-yard line. Threw it into double coverage. Two Pirates right there with the intended receiver, but they're going to give ETBU the catch. That was great concentration there by Caleb O'Brien to haul that one in between two Pirates, and it's a third down and about 3 to go.
Yeah, and on plays like that, it's so bang-bang. Usually, more often than not, referees are always going to give the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. Unless, of course, you're the, replacement referees that back in like 2012, 2011, they really didn't know who to give the ball to in that Packers-Seahawks game.
3rd down and 3 from the 6. Banks in the shotgun. Pirates showing pressure. It's picked up nicely. Fade pattern left side to the 5, and did he get it in? No. It's going to bring up a 1st and goal at about the 1-yard line. Wilson on the reception. I think it was Norris that knocked him out of bounds. Yeah, Elijah Norris knocked him out of bounds. Saved the touchdown for now, but it's 1st and goal from the 1.
And this is the biggest yard of the season for both teams here. Pirates able to make a stop. They'll give the ball back to their offense. Down 7. ETBU has a chance to increase their lead.
Hand off to Wilson, and he disappears in the pile. I don't think he got
it. He didn't get it.
He didn't get it yet. Going to bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 1. Nice penetration there by the Pirates.
And we've got some extracurriculars over here, Merle. Can't see it. It's not in frame.
Yeah, sure enough.
So I kind of saw it. It looked like the ETBU receiver pinned Elijah Norris down, so it could be a costly penalty for them. It happened out of frame, so y'all weren't able to see it at home. We'll see what the refs say here.
Yeah, the flag's in the back corner on the left side of the end zone, so we'll see what they call here.
And if this goes against ETBU, that's just a bonehead penalty.
Yeah, it's just going to offset. Boo hiss.
It's kind of like a mom and dad situation when your kids are fighting and you just send both to timeout because you really don't know who did what.
So, end result, it's still 2nd and goal from the 1. Handoff and diving towards the goal line. Did he get it in? He's in. Touchdown. Just barely. Kylan Ashton just got across the goal line. The officials right there, and ETBU now with a 2-score advantage, 23-10 with the extra point pending.
And they had 4 tries to get into the end zone from 1 yard away.
That's asking a lot.
If you're a betting man, you put money on ETBU getting in right there. Obviously, we don't want that to happen, but the odds were very high for them to get in there. But either way, great job by the Pirates defense making the stop on first down.
If they needed more than 1 yard, they would have had the stop on second down. But the extra point is up and good. And now with 10:21 to go. And now some more extracurricular activity going on down there after the point after attempt. Well, these guys know that it's the last time they're going to see each other. The Pirates are hot.
Yeah, and we talk about the history between these two schools and how ETBU's, beating us every year. It's always been chippy. It's always been a chippy contest to the very end, no matter what the score was. We're just two, very similar teams who have a lot of respect for each other. And at that point, there's a lot of animosity at times. It's not a rivalry. It's not like a TLU Southwestern or a Trinity Southwestern, but it's one of those things where both teams have that respect for each other and they know the capabilities of each other. So at times it can get a little chippy.
So 24-10, that's the bad news. The good news is you got 10 minutes and 21 seconds left to work with. You got to get a score on this drive. Get it back to a one-possession game, and then all bets are off. This kickoff is going to sail to the 5, up to the 10, to the 15, out to the 20, the 25, look out to the 30. And digging for more out to the 34-yard line. Really good return. I think that was JoJo Wilson again on the return. That was a 12-play, 65-yard drive. Took 6:08 off the clock before Kyler Ashton finally punched it in from 1 yard out. Made him work for it, that's for sure. All right, trips wide left, one to the near side. Gilpin. Got a receiver wide open, caught at the 50, to the 45-40, 35-30, and knocked out of the 25-yard line. Just some blown coverage there. And I think it was that Colby Bartlett on the reception?
It was number 6.
That's Colby Bartlett.
And if you look back at that play, it kind of reminds you of the play where Landry faked the option in the first quarter. You look at that one, he was faking the run, and he went forward, and the ETBU defense bit on it, and he found a wide open Colby Bartlett out there, and a big play for the Pirates here. Their biggest one in the second half so far.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, just like that. Gilpin, fade pattern, right side. That ball overthrown by a couple of yards. Second down and 10. Try to get it out to Ethan Powell.
Looking for his roomie, Ethan Powell, who of the ETBU secondary has kept quiet tonight. They saw that 100-plus yard game from last week and said, we have to keep our eye on this guy.
Yeah. Powell on the night, just one catch for 9 yards thus far. Second down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Gilpin dropping back, rolling right, looking. Sidearm sling complete to Robinson to the 20, digging for more, and knocked out of bounds there at the 20-yard line. Picked up about 5 yards on the play. Will bring up a 3rd and 5. Soft hands there for the big fella.
Soft hands, but also powerful hands. I've never seen a human being swat another human being away like he was a mosquito. And Joey Robinson did just that on that play. Just threw that ETBU corner into the sideline, into the cheerleaders. Hello.
Yep.
What are y'all doing down there? Watch your face out there.
3rd and 5 from the 19. Pirates in the red zone. Need 7 on this drive. To Segui, and he is not going to get much. Maybe the Lions go a secondary push, but they're going to stay. He's at the line of scrimmage, and that is it. So 4th down coming up and 5 from the 19. I mean, I don't know. Field goal doesn't do you a whole lot here with 8.5 to go.
I think you go for it because the running game for ETBU has been too strong right now. I think you have to at least try and get this first down, especially after that first big play you had. You cannot waste that.
Right. 4th and 5 for Southwestern. Trips wide left, one to the near side. Gilpin rolling left, good protection. Fires left side, in and out of the hands, incomplete. Would have been very near the first down marker. That's one, TJ, where he let it get to his shoulder pads and the ball ricocheted out.
JoJo Wilson very sure-handed as they come, you know, and he's a little hot right now. Kind of got into the face of a Tiger defender right there, and his teammates kind of going over to calm him down. You see him make that catch 9 out of 10 times, and unfortunately right there, that was that one time where he did not make the catch.
So now the Pirates are going to be looking for a turnover here. They've got ETBU pinned down at the 19-yard line with about just over 8 minutes to go. Banks in the shotgun. Handoff, left side, trying to get the corner turn. God, there's a flag coming in. This one's coming back at the 25-yard line.
Oh,
now that's going to be a 15-yarder. Flags everywhere. Let's just hope everybody gets up and will be okay. Wow.
So we'll have holding on the offensive line of ETBU. We'll have, after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. That would be a second down penalty.
Right.
If you're Coach Austin here, do you take that penalty instead?
Right.
Which would put it second down and 12 or 15 as the refs talk this through? Or would you take the first down and 20 that you'll get from the holding? That is the question Coach Austin will have to ask himself here. And we talked earlier about it getting chippy, Merle. Like, that stuff right there is just unnecessary. It's uncalled for. And when I played and when our guys were playing out there, yes, we would. There was never always, fine and dandy type stuff. But that stuff right there doesn't need to be seen in the game.
We might get both penalties here because the unsportsmanlike was a dead ball foul.
That's true, so they would stack up on top of each other.
So this should put it back at about the 5-yard line if you go half the distance to the goal line after taking basically 10 yards on the holding play. It should be first and about 25 to go from the 5.
And if you're ETBU, that's not who you want to get an unsportsmanlike. Like your offensive lineman who has helped you out and gotten you to this point to show your running game off so well today, can't have those guys getting unsportsmanlikes because the next one for him, he's out. He's ejected.
So first and 25 from the 5. Tigers need to keep him pinned down here. Or Pirates need to keep him pinned down here, I mean. Banks in the end zone. They're trying to do a reverse. The Pirates stay home and knock it out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Little razzle-dazzle, but nice job there by the Pirate defense. Joshua Whitmore on the carry, the wide receiver. $7:53 to go, second down and about 22 to go. Banks dropping back in the end zone. Dumps it off underneath. Caught up to the 10. Breaks a tackle to the 15 and knocked that about to the 16. Ball comes out, but he was out of bounds. Dump off on the screen pass. Cade Fant. Norris there to score about out of bounds. Going to bring up a third down and about 14 yards to go.
And the Southwestern defense actually read the screen really, really well. Number 99, Jalen Levine, saw the lineman going out. He kind of started backpedaling. The ball just went over his fingers and into the hands of the running back for ETBU. But still a long third down here for the Tiger offense.
3rd and 13 from the 17. They picked it up before. Got to get them off the field and get the football back. 2 receivers lined up on either side and a stick. Banks dropping back, rolling right. Looking. Firing over to the right side. Caught at the 22 and dropped immediately at the 23-yard line. They get about 5 yards, but it's not enough. Nice job there by the Pirate defense. And the punting unit will come on here for ETBU.
A great stand by the Pirates defense, like you just said, Merle. But if you're ETBU, that you're saying that's on us.
Exactly.
Those 2 penalties that put you back on your own 5-yard line, those were just like the holding. Yeah, that's whatever.
That happens.
But the unsportsmanlike conduct that puts you back there even further, that's just one of those penalties that kills your team, kills drives, and you know the head coach is not happy about that one.
Andre Gibson with a big stop for the Pirates there, and that's a low line drive kick. Fielded at the 40-yard line by Norris, and going to be dropped right there. Nice job of fielding. If he doesn't field it, that ball rolls another 10 or 15 yards.
Yeah, and it's very scary when he does stuff like that off the bounce, because you never know how the ball's going to, react when it hits the turf. But a good job by him securing that, even through the contact. And Southwestern with another chance to make something happen with 6 minutes, 26 seconds left.
Got it at their own 39-yard line. Need a quick strike and a stop.
Ethan Palin, man coverage at the bottom of your screen.
Gilpin, low snap, gets it off the carpet. Pressure coming from the edge, steps up. He's in trouble. Rolling to his left, buys some time, fires over to the right side to Wilson. Did he make the catch?
No,
out of bounds. JoJo Wilson makes incompletions exciting, though.
He definitely does. You never know, because he can always catch anything. If it's in his catch radius, he might be able to pull it in. And just as a freshman, too, it's going to be an exciting next 4 years here for him and the Pirates fans to watch.
2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Dugan Sexton split wide left. 2 receivers to the near side. Better protection this time. Now it starts to break down. Gets a nice block. Gilpin rolled to his left. And looks like his arm was hit as he tried to throw the football. Great pursuit there by ETBU's Jermanian Carr. Just kind of harassing Gilpin, and I think he got the elbow right as he tried to throw the football.
Yeah, I definitely think he got something there, because the ref would have threw maybe intentional grounding there, because that didn't look like he got past the line of scrimmage.
Right.
But it did look like something happened to it to where he couldn't throw it to the best of his abilities.
3rd and 10 from the 39. Gilpin dropping back. Blitz coming, in trouble. Now rolls to his right, dumps it off underneath, and one hop to Tesegui. But that entire series, TJ, Gilpin was running for his life. They knew he had to pass the football for the most part, and they made him pay for it.
Just never comfortable back there. And the thing is, they never blitzed. ETBU wasn't blitzing.
Right.
It was just their defensive ends, their defensive linemen, creating enough pressure and putting, just creating enough havoc back there and putting the pressure on the Southwestern O-line that made all of that happen. And a big 4th down here.
Yeah, offense stays on the field.
Southwestern 39.
Really have no choice with 6 minutes to go. 4th and 10 and a timeout going to be taken by ETBU. They wanted to see what Southwestern comes up with. So this is more or less your ball game right here. If you pick up the 1st down, you still have life. If you don't, you give the ball back to them on their side of the field, on your side of the field.
Yeah, and if you're Southwestern, you do have your 3 timeouts left, Merle, but like you said, down 2 scores. Tigers are going to be in Southwestern territory, and they've been running the ball so well in the second half. It's going to be tough for the Pirates here to mount a comeback, unfortunately.
Don't forget this Monday night, 6 o'clock, SU Football Weekly with Joe Austin from Jack's Lounge, tucked inside the beautiful Georgetown Sheraton. Does Coach know what you guys call that show?
No, don't tell him.
Okay. It's not a bad thing, Coach. I actually kind of like it.
It rhymes. Okay, let's just say it. It's the Joe Show. That's what we call it. That's what it is. It's a rhyme,
Yeah.
They encourage us in classes to, make poems and whatnot. That's the Southwestern education right there. We're just applying it to football as well.
Well, it's a lot easier for old guys like me to remember, that's for sure. 4th and 10 after the timeout. Trips to the near side, dropping back. Gilpin. Pressure coming again. Steps up out of the pressure. Fires over to the left side and incomplete. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And ETBU looks to be in pretty good shape here with inside of 6 minutes to go. 5:59 to be precise.
And if you were going to make a story and write a narrative for the second half here in Marshall, Texas, I think turnovers, you'll talk a lot about that, and then just the pressure from the ETBU defensive line. Landry has not felt comfortable all game back there. He's been rushed to make his throws. The running backs haven't been able to make anything happen as well, so it's been one of those things where kudos to the Tiger defensive line. They've done a great job tonight.
24-10, Tigers take over. First down at the Pirate 39. Handoff up the middle. Hamilton. He's done a good job containing him. He managed to pick up 4 yards off right tackle. It could bring up a second down and 6.
And ETBU is just going to keep running the ball here. If they can get 3 yards every single carry, that'll get them a first down every 3 plays. Add a yard here or there. But they're going to let this play clock run down every single time.
Well, it's 8:19. The game started at 6 o'clock, so we're going to get done here in about 2.5 hours. That's fast for a college football game.
I'm calling it, Merle. We won't get done in 2.5 hours. Southwestern's getting the ball back. I feel it. I feel a turnover coming.
Handoff up the middle. And Hamilton stacked up at the 35, maybe the 34-yard line. Going to bring up a third down. And again, pushing and shoving after the play.
It looks like Coach Austin is going to elect to take his first time out.
Well, they basically have 2 plays to pick up 5 yards here, because I doubt they're going to punt it from the 31, 32-yard line.
No, definitely
They don't need a field goal.
Yeah, I would say definitely go for it if you're the ETBU head coach. If you don't get it here on third down.
Thanks to Rosie Vega. Give it up her Saturday night to keep an eye and an ear on the broadcast. Suna Vidcott, our technical director.
Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Suna.
We got to talk to your mom. We got to get your mom to tune in.
I think she does sometimes, but I feel like she's mad at me today. I don't know. She finds reasons to be mad at me. She doesn't like to tune in when she's mad. She's also a coach in her own right, so she's very busy on the weekends with volleyball.
True. Yeah.
So she can always watch the playback.
That's right. That's what it's there for. All right, so 3rd and 5 from the 34. 4 receivers lined up near side in a semicircle. Empty back set for Banks. And deflected at the line of scrimmage. Nice job. I think it was Hackett got in there. He applied the pressure. I think he also batted the ball down on the way by. And that stops the clock.
Very interesting decision right there, I think, by ETBU. You've been running the ball well all second half. You've been in control of the time of possession this whole time. But on 3rd down and 5, with you're going to go for it on 4th down, you decide to throw it there, and it just gets batted away incomplete. Interesting.
So last gas stand here for the Pirate defense. 4th down and 5 from the 34. Trying to get the ball back in the hands of the offense. Banks, quarterback draw up the middle. He's going to have the first down, and he might go. 15-10, 5 touchdown.
You see, that's what I thought the 3rd down play was going to be. When I saw him line up empty set, and I saw him just really quick back, like you said earlier, he just takes that 1 step back, I thought he was about to go. But he threw the ball. And then right there, empty set again, I was like, surely they won't do it here on 4th down and 5. But they run the draw, and Southwestern was not ready for it. Touchdown ETBU.
Good snap and hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So that will probably put the nail in the coffin with 4:53 to go. Not mathematically impossible to come back, but not looking too good. I think the worst part about that, other than the loss, the second worst part, if you just happen to check the website tomorrow to find out what the score was, you're going to think that ETBU just wiped out Southwestern.
Yeah, and that is not the case at all with this game. They have to watch the playback on Vype to, for one, hear us, and 2, see how great both teams played tonight.
Yeah.
Especially Southwestern's defense. Big shout out to them. Yeah, 31 points. But like you just said, Merle, that's not the story. Like that 31, a lot of that came here in this quarter for one. It's been one of those games where defense, stayed strong the whole time, but a dam can only hold so much water for so long.
Well, if I'm ETBU, I don't kick it to number 80. Four-play, 39-yard drive. Banks doing 34 of that on that final play there. Short, high kick. And they get it to Wilson to the 15. To the 20. Up the sideline, gets a block, and big hit at the 28-yard line and shoved out of bounds.
Big hit, but Wilson didn't go down.
No, he didn't.
And he's letting it be known. Yeah, you can put your shoulder into me, but it takes more to bring me down. I like that. I like that from a freshman.
Yeah.
That chip on your shoulder, that swagger. That's good stuff.
So first down Southwestern at their own 28-yard line, which 4:48 to work with here. Gilpin in the shotgun. Dropping back. Looking. And arm hit again as he throws the football. Again, just had a little bit more time that time. There's just good coverage down the field, and by the time he found somebody, the pocket broke down on him.
Yeah, and he would have had a wide open receiver there, but like you just said, pocket just collapsed too quickly on him there at the very end, and they were able to hit his hand and affect that throw.
Pirates are off next week. Get a chance to regroup and get ready for the second half of the season. Gilpin swings it out left side, complete to Wilson to the 31-yard line. Hung on, knowing he was going to take a shot. A little shaken up, but he gets up and hops right back into the fray.
Another solid effort by Wilson. Big shout out to the center right now, fifth-year senior Ty Reiner. Another guy I was able to play football with, another fifth-year senior like Nick Hackett who came back using his COVID year. Glad to see him in here throughout the second half.
Third down and 7 from the 31-yard line. Gilpin rolling to his right. A flag comes down, and a big hit here at the 36-yard line. Garzon the reception, but let's check the flag. Probably going to be coming back with a hold.
And if you're ETBU, you probably decline this.
Yeah.
Considering it's going to be 4th and short, but we'll see here. No, it looks like they're going to accept it. They want to move Southwestern back. And Adrian Garza took a shot for no reason there at the end. After it's all said and done, still was able to hold on to the ball, which, again, after a hit like that is impressive.
As I mentioned, Pirates are off next week. They'll be back in action at Howard Payne on Saturday the 15th. I believe that's a 1 o'clock start.
Out in Brownwood, Texas.
That Gordon Williams Stadium, I think that's where they still play.
Yep. You know, you have all these towns in D3, and I don't understand why people would want to live in Marshall or Brownwood. Why wouldn't you want to live in Georgetown? It's closer, closer to Austin, closer to civilization. But I digress. That's another conversation for another day.
Swing pass to the right side to Garza, gets it out to the 31-yard line, makes it a manageable 4th down here. 4th down and about 7 from the 31-yard line.
Clock's still running here. Southwestern needs to move with some urgency.
Jaquan Marion checks back into the game. Two receivers left, one to the near side. Gilpin dropping back, rolling to his left, looking good protection this time, and throws it at the feet of JoJo Wilson. And that'll be another turnover on downs. We'll give the ball back to ETBU with 3:12 to go.
And a couple first downs here, and that should put this game on ice.
Pirates took a run at him. Came out of the gate quick, led a couple times.
You know, we talk about how the Pirates are struggling to put two great halves together. Last week, they started off pretty poorly, but the end was great.
Right.
This week, started off really well. But as the game kept going, it just kept compiling, and they were never able to get back going in terms of rhythm with their offense. And back to one of the points I made in the second quarter, Merle, you know, a lot of times we played ETBU. There was mistakes. A lot of times we shot ourselves in the foot. I go back to that kickoff where, you know, we didn't field it. We got the ball back, but that kind of just started like a domino effect in terms of just bad plays for Southwestern offensively.
Mo Kilgore, another freshman in for ETBU at quarterback. Elijah Nicholson is in a running back right now for them. He's another freshman. So some of the Tiger youth getting some playing time here as this one winds down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line.
Didn't we just play all their youth too?
Yeah, I know.
Wasn't Banks a freshman? Just a bunch of kids getting to use their eligibility here.
Right.
No more red shirts for y'all.
Some of the fans flying out of the stadium here on the way to enjoying their first Saturday night in October.
And the Southwestern fans, you know, down 21 here, game's about to be over. They're still cheering.
They're still here. Yep.
Slim, Nick Hackett's dad, he's still cheering, hitting on his little thimble out there. He's doing a great job trying to get the fans riled up. This game's not over.
3rd and 7 from the 28. That one looked kind of funny, looking for a flag, but I don't see it. And the ball from Muskema, and Hackett falls out at the 35-yard line. He's not playing like they're down by 21.
It's funny how football works sometimes. His dad, you know, was cheering this whole time, never giving up. Who gets the next play? Who gets the next fumble? Nick Hackett, the 5th-year senior out of Lone Oak, Texas. You can't write a better script sometimes, Merle.
Yeah, sometimes the material just writes itself. That looked weird. It looked like they had jumped before the snap, but there was no flag.
Yeah, that was definitely a little weird. I thought it was going to be a false start, but like you said, no call.
So Pirates starter still in. They want to get one more score here. They got a minute and a half to work with. You're going to work on this because you might need it later on. Gilpin dropping back, looking, firing over to the right side, and a lot of hand checking and contact. No flag. They try to get it downfield to Garza.
Yeah, Garza clamoring for a flag right there, but I think that was just uncatchable from the jump, and that's what that referee is going to say in his rebuttal.
2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. One receiver left, trips to the near side. Gilpin dropping back. Stepping up in the pocket, now bounces it to the right side, directing traffic, and just fires it at the feet of Garza to avoid the contact and avoid the sack. 3rd down coming up from the 35-yard line.
And ETBU putting in some new faces too on their defensive line, and same as the other ones. They're getting after it. They want to make these plays happen. This is their time to get some film in and show that they should be in the first string.
Yeah, you work all week long. Take advantage of your playing time. 3rd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Gilpin dropping back. Good protection this time. Now the pocket breaks down. Rolls to his right. Got a receiver up to Miss Marion to the 40. Spins to the 35 and down at about the 34-yard line. Jaquan Marion, a nice catch on the wheel route out of the backfield. 1st down Pirates.
And Marion's biggest play of the day, and he's telling his offense, let's go. Let's get on the line. Let's get a play in. Clock stops, of course, for the chains to get set up here in college football.
Well, it was a 14-point game, and the Pirates got it at the 25-yard line, and they committed the turnover. They've had chances here in the second half. Trips wide left, one to the near side. Gilpin dropping back. Fade pattern, right side, and that's going to be a pass interference.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of a textbook definition right there. They had Powell, and I think he would have held it in for a touchdown, but they got the feet tangled up.
Yeah, I think the only thing Powell was thinking he had to worry about was what his next dance was going to be when he ran into the end zone. Didn't think he'd have to worry about his feet getting tripped up by the secondary of ETBU. That is unfortunate. That would have easily been a touchdown, like you said, Merle.
The ball will be spotted at the 21-yard line. 63 ticks on the clock. Two receivers left, two to the near side.
Yep.
Yeah. Moving on the right side of the line will push the Pirates back 5 yards. So that will make it a 1st and 15. Thank everybody out there for tuning in here this evening. Hope you enjoyed spending part of your Saturday night with us. If you know the Texas score, don't tell us. TJ and I are both recording it, I'm betting.
Yeah, I just look on Twitter. I don't like watching anymore. they hurt me too much.
Dropping back. Gilpin rolling to his right, buys himself some time, fires over the end zone, and that ball is incomplete. Deep into the corner, that will bring up a 2nd down.
Incomplete. Pass intended for number 84, Ethan Powell. Brings up 2nd down and long.
56 seconds left. 2nd down and 15 from the 26-yard line. Pirates playing for a pride touchdown here to bring that score a little bit closer. A little bit more reflective of how this game has played out.
For sure.
Trips wide left, one to the near side. Gilpin dropping back again. Pressure coming from the edge. Now he's going to step up, and he is going to go down at the 28-yard line. That'll be a sack. Loss of 2. Going to bring up a 3rd and long.
And like you said, Merle, this is all about pride right here. This is just about you put in the work all week. You know how hard fought this game was. Like, you're doing this to show, like you said, on the scoreboard that this game was a lot closer.
Right.
You're not going to give up. That's not what a Southwestern man does.
Chuck Manning and Carr with the sack. 3rd down and about 16 to go. 25 seconds and counting. Bartlett split wide left alongside Wilson. Gilpin dropping back. Fade pattern right side. That ball is
almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted. Kind of tucked down to the right corner. Hard to see here where we are.
Yeah, the safety came over for the Tiger from the Tiger defense and had a hand on it. Wasn't able to secure it though. And it was just good coverage by the corner there. It was not even near. The pass wasn't even near the Southwestern receiver there, Merle.
So 4th down, time for one more play here.
Got to get to the 10 for the first, but
yeah.
I know Southwestern just would rather have the touchdown here.
So one final gasp here for the offense. Trips wide left, one to the near side. Gilpin in the shotgun. Dropping back. They rush 4, flush him out of the pocket, rolling to his left. Pump fake, fires underneath. Caught at the 25, but stocked up just shy of the 1st down. I'm not sure he held on to the football. He did. That's going to be another turnover on downs. And ETBU with 3 seconds left can take a knee and get out of here with a win. So 1st down and 10 from the 28-yard line. Got to snap and take a knee. Why do you call the timeout when you're up by 21 points with 3 seconds left?
I don't think they had the right personnel in there, unfortunately. Just wasting our time a little bit.
Yeah. Apparently our cameras have had enough. And taking a knee, and that will do it. 31-10, the final score. East Texas Baptist will get the win here tonight against the Southwestern Pirates. And a hard-fought football game. This one will sting, TJ, because I knew they had a shot at it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to sting there, Merle. And it's one of those things that great game overall. Like you said, it was a lot closer than what it looked. But at the end of the day, Southwestern takes their 2nd conference loss, and they're going to have to go home and regroup after this bye week.
We'll stand by here for just a second, and Chuck will have Coach on. Can kind of predict what he's going to say. They just didn't play well enough.
I'll be shocked if Chuck even gets Coach Austin to want to talk to him tonight after that one.
The final for today's game, Southwestern 10.
We're standing by waiting for that.
East Texas Baptist University Tigers 31. ETBU football will play again next Saturday.
Thank you, Josh. Yeah, I don't know, that was weird. I don't know what happened there. We just lost all 3 cameras out of nowhere, but good work by Josh Blanche to cycle through and get them back up here.
This wouldn't be possible without Josh. Me and Merle just talk. Josh is the one that helps put everything together.
All right, Chuck has got Coach down there. Take it away, Chuck.
All right, Coach. Left some points on the field. Some things didn't really break your way. A very hard-fought game by your team. Give me your thoughts on the second half and what the Pirates can do to improve.
Well, we sure played hard.
Yes, sir.
We worked at it. We had trouble with their defensive front. Not that we didn't, try, but our defense played their butts off. They played really hard. They hung in there. But it wasn't our night tonight. But we sure put a lot into this game, and I'm proud of that effort.
Well, and I agree that you should be proud of this team, especially the defensive effort. You got an extra week coming up to prepare for Howard Payne. What are you going to tell your guys after this game?
Well, that I appreciate their effort. I know they played real hard. We'll regroup. We'll get bye weeks always come at a good time, and so we'll recharge and come back ready to go.
We'll see you at SU Football Weekly a week from Monday. Is that correct?
Yep. No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Or Monday, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you on Monday then, Coach. There you go, Merle. A little disappointed from Coach Austin, you could tell in his voice. But ultimately, he said what really needed to be said. He was proud of his team's effort.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, especially on the defensive side.
Absolutely, Chuck. I mean, you've seen these guys for the past 4 years. I saw them the first 5 losses against these guys. This one felt close. This one felt right there. And it is, Coach mentioned on the show on Monday night, they've closed the gap on ETBU. They're just not quite there, but they had their chances tonight.
They did, and they really left points on the field. They made mistakes. They turned the ball over at inopportune times. And really give credit to the East Texas Baptist University defensive line because they were lights out in the second half, chasing Gilpin all over the field.
Well, well done as always, Chuck. And, got a long drive home, and we saved you some donuts. So you got that to look forward to.
Maybe. I haven't decided.
Indulge for us, Chuck, please. Indulge.
All right. Maybe.
All right. Thanks, Chuck.
Bye. Yeah.
Well, 34-10, or 31-10, pardon me. Don't want to make it worse than it actually was. And TJ, hard-fought football game score, as we kept saying, not indicative of the way this game was played. It was a one-possession game until early in the fourth quarter when they finally strung a couple of scores together to pull away. But even then, the Pirates had the ball inside the red zone a couple of times, just could not quite get over the hump.
Yeah, they just couldn't get over that hump. They couldn't figure out what to do to get the ball in the end zone. And I think Coach Austin kind of put it plain, like just disappointment right now because they knew they were in this game. There was a lot of opportunities for them to make things happen, but ultimately it was just a hard-fought football game. ETBU, great job by them. Kudos to their offense, their defensive line, their defense as a whole. Just did a great job of keeping Southwestern on their heels and never really letting us get anything developed. But again, great showing, a lot of potential tonight from Southwestern, Merle, and excited to see how this game kind of impacts the rest of the season. It's these types of losses sometimes that help elevate a team and show them like, hey, we can do this. We can get to certain levels. We just got to execute these little things right to get everything to work together at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's going to be, like Coach said, the bye comes at a good time. They got some, banged ups and some bruises to get taken care of. And you got 5 games to go. You're, 2-3 overall, but you got time to turn around, still finish in the top half of this conference. So you can't give up in the season yet by any stretch of the imagination.
No, 100%. There's a great opportunity for them to be top 4 in the conference, I think. we beat McMurray. We lost to ETBU tonight. They'll probably be top 4 as well. But there's a lot of opportunity for us tonight and a lot of things we can learn from to get to that point. But it's all one game at a time, right? That's how we got to take it. And once we do that, it'll be exciting to see how we end the season.
So ETBU gets a win here tonight, 31-10, your final score. The Tigers improved to 2-1 in the conference, 2-2 overall, and it's not going to get any easier for them. They take on number 1 UMHB next Saturday, right back here at Ornella Stadium, and then they got to take on Hardin-Simmons, we think, 2 weeks from tonight. So the top 2 teams in the conference right there, back to back. That's a tough stretch of your schedule right there.
Number 1 in the nation in UMHB and number 5 in the nation in Hardin-Simmons.
Right.
It's a tough 1-2 punch there. I don't know who makes the schedule, but he needs to be fired.
Exactly. So they do their job tonight and hold off the Pirates at 31-10 Southwestern, and dropping to 2-3 overall, 1-2 now in conference play. They will have the bye and then take on Howard Payne at Howard Payne in Brownsville 2 weeks from tonight, and we'll be on the air with you at about 12:40 or so for that contest here on Vype. So that's going to do it for us tonight. We do again want to thank some of our sponsors before we go. And that sponsor list includes Antioch Georgetown, Baylor Scott & White Healthcare, Chapel Realty Group, Chick-fil-A, Chisholm Trail Pediatrics, Hewlett Chevrolet Buick Volkswagen, Double Dave's Pizza, Eagles Wings, First Texas Bank, Gary Brown CPA, Georgetown Shirt Company, First American Title, The Golden Rule, Mesquite Creek Outfitters, Groove Line Productions, HEB, House of Gains, John F. Lewis CPA, Mighty Fine Burgers, Fries, and Shakes, Minuteman Press and Waterboy Graphics, Primerica Financial Solutions, Ross and Champion, Rudy's, Schlotsky's at Georgetown, Bricks and Ale at the Sheraton, Stephanie Featherstone with State Farm, Upstreet Investment Partners, and Zane's Hands. So that's going to do it for us tonight. And again, the Pirates are off next week. We'll be back with you 2 weeks from tonight as Southwestern travels to Brownwood to take on Howard Payne. And don't forget to come out to Jack's Lounge at the Georgetown Sheraton each and every Monday night at 6 o'clock for our SU Football Weekly show with Coach Austin. If you can't make it, we'll be broadcasting that on Vype.com and SouthwesternPirates.com as well. From our broadcast partner, TJ Vela, our sideline reporter, Chuck Tracy, cameraman, Jacob Gonzalez, producer, Josh Blanche, our quality administrator tonight, Rosie Vega, my better half, Christina Weber, technical director, Sina Vincott, graphics and support, Joshua Kluzik, and everyone at Vype Media. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Ornella Stadium in Marshall, where the Southwestern Pirates have fallen to the East Texas Baptist 31-10. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time right here.